keep me true. That's what we need to do as the ecclesia, as the bride, as the called out one. As the time is coming on real nicely, real nice at this time of the afternoon. But just want to continue to ask of you to stick and to stay with us as we have spot on coming up next. You continue to remain faithful to the Omega radio station, the station of the stars. Let me big up all the Linsteadites. It's Linstead or Bagua?
You're listening to Omega Radio, broadcasting live. Omega Radio, Omega Radio, Omega.
BML Auto Limited, your auto parts store of choice. Your satisfaction is our priority. We sell everything auto except the gas. Visit our stores, 114C Haglapa Road, Kingston, 24 Caledonia Road, Bandeville, 16 Main Street, Santa Cruz, St. Elizabeth. Contact us at 876-618-2781. The time by BML Auto is 1 p.m.
Are you ready for something mega?
Spend $6,500 or more before GCT. Drop your entry in the box and you can win a 2025 Hyundai Tucson. It's the Mega Wheels Tour promotion. April 5th to September 28th. Second prize, a $50,000 shopping spree every month for a year. Third prize, a $30,000 shopping spree every month for a year. Brought to you by Hyundai, Red Stripe, Heineken, True Milk, Brinks, Walker's Wood, Downing, CPJ Daiquiri, and Carryverse. Choose Concentrate. Only at Megamart. Locations island-wide. Megamart. Best value by far. Authorized under Section 58.3 of the Betting, Gaming and Lotteries Act.
It's now time for Jamaica's first and number one daytime sports calling show, The Sports Desk. Call us and let us have a discussion.
All right, greetings and salutations and welcome to the Sports Desk for day 2 in the start of another week. My name is Orville.
Good afternoon, listeners. Christopher Zidane Matthews here with you up until 4 p.m. as per usual.
All right, what's there? The Jamaica, the Reggae Boys play not too long from now in the Unity Cup, their opening game against their regional counterpart. It's remember 2 Caribbean countries and 2 African nations. We want to see how that goes. Not sure we'll be able to watch, but we'll follow that. I listened to the debate, people. I took the time this morning to listen to the entire debate. There's still a lot of discussion about it. So now I'm in a better position to understand what really happened. And of course the NBA, and I'm sure Zidane has some things to say on that, is in the middle of the big man part of the NBA, you could call it that. All right. In the meantime, though, the numbers are 615-2841. Or 676-6968. Be early. Too often we have the tendency where people call in on the back end and we have to shorten the time. So those of you who want to get through, don't wait till you hear everybody else's point, which is a tendency I notice we have, and then we want to call and take on other points rather than make our own points and subject yourself to be the one being taken on. So that's the thing. 615-2841 or 676-6968.
In the meantime, I have the starting lineup for that game. The game is at 1:45. I think I'll be able to provide live updates for the listeners. I'm seeing on my device where I could possibly watch the game. So Shaquan Davis in goal. Limba Kisa at right back. And it appears that Richard King will be one of the central defender, along with Mason Holgate. Bell will be the right back.
No, you said Lembeke says.
All right, Bell will be the left back, rather. And so that's the back four, it appears, with Shaquan Davis in goal. And John Russell in midfield with Isaac Hayden, Casey Palmer, Burrell, not knowing too much about him, Dixon, and Cephas. That's the front three. So that's the starting lineup for the Reggae Boys. And by the way, Ravel Morrison is on the bench, people. I'm glad to see him back. And Sula Makala is on the bench as well. Greg Lay, Ming, Williams, Chambers, Green, and Cover. Those all make the bench. So that's the starting lineup. It's a stronger team than I thought that would be there. I didn't expect a lot of these names, but I guess their seasons that are over quicker than I thought it would. So it's a strong team. And to play Trinidad, the winner get to the finals, and to play the African team who plays in the other semi-final tomorrow. All right. So I don't know what your views are on that starting lineup. I'm sure the Jamaicans will already jump and say, who's the attacking midfielder? Who's going to play the creative role? But let's see if Ravel Morrissey can get into the team today in terms of coming on in the second half and see what kind of shape he's in and see if he still possesses the quality to break down opponents at this level.
All right. So that should be interesting. 615-2841. If only I could get onto my device. There's a point I want to make, but I need statistical thing to bear it out. And I don't know why I'm not getting nothing on my phone. As usual, I have issues getting onto the internet. So I don't even want to start making the point until I'm able to get the evidence that we're bringing up. So we'll wait on that. I hope my phone complies. Well, it look like it'll work a little bit better now. So I'll get to what I'm coming to.
615-2841. That's 615-2841. Basketball people, I didn't, while I knew that the Thunders, obviously, they had the best record in all of basketball in the regular season, I really didn't realize how good they were defensively and how many people always say when the basketball was being discussed, but for them to be this consistently good in the playoffs and how deep they can go from a defensive standpoint, because they just have these menacing, these nuisance coming onto the court, and they make it tough for the superstars on the other team. They're going to be hard to beat, people. They're going to be hard to beat. And I honestly didn't realize how good the bench was from a defensive standpoint. They make it tough, especially when your main guy is a perimeter player. They're going to make it tough. Lou Dort and company, and they just not on time shot. And Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, who I told Garvey a couple of years ago that don't compare Jalen Brunson with this guy. He's too good from a guard standpoint. He was just absolutely amazing last night. The poise in which he plays with, and the man is for a man that scores most of his points from jump shots. He's just so automatic. It's just so automatic. It's just unbelievable how good these players are. I don't need to see the players from back in the day playing now to know that a lot of those players did not have the skill set. Whether they was asked to do it or not, would not have the skill set to be as good as the players now. That's why I analyze and you just call my boss. There's a difference, because this argument about, if Karl Malone and if this did play now and they were asked to do it, no, I'm not saying, because Giannis Antetokounmpo, for example, can't shoot to save him life. That's one superstar who is playing now who cannot shoot. He can't shoot free throws and he can't shoot 3-pointers. He can't shoot, but he's playing now. And Giannis Antetokounmpo, despite not being able to shoot, is a better basketball player than Karl Malone and Charles Barkley and him friend them. So don't believe that it's automatic that once you play now, you will have the ability to shoot. And also it works. You don't analyze sports like that. And yes, you can look, if you have the brain to do so, and you're not emotional about it, to say, listen, this player, because Larry Bird, who played all the way in the 80s, would be comfortable playing now with his skill set and his ability. Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen, these players would have the ability to play and still play the way they did now. It's obvious. But a lot of those who played in the Michael Jordan era never have the ability. That's why he was so much above the others. That's why he was so far above and beyond the others, because his skill set was way before his time. The others just didn't have the ability that he did. But he could do well now. Very, very well. That's why I think he's the second greatest player of all time still. So that argument about you can't compare eras because they were not required. Not Nagosa. Think, use your brain and analyze. And don't just try to oppose. And I never said the Indiana Pacers would be a better basketball team than the Bulls in the 90s. I said I believe they could beat them. That is that different thing. Because the Indiana Pacers from back in the 90s had one of the closest series of all time, which they lost in 7 games to Michael Jordan and Chicago Bulls. Every single game except one was won by 10 points or less. Some 2-3 points. Was very close. And most people thought the Indiana Pacers would knock off the Michael Jordan team that year. They didn't. Now, if me believe said this Indiana team is better than that Indiana team, why it is far-fetched for me to think they can beat them. I never said they were a better team overall because, the Michael Jordan team won 3 in a row. So that team, you would say, is better. So that's not what I said. But you can know that man better than man now than in the 90s. Anybody who thinks differently is just being an idiot. All right? Where are the calls, man? Where's my friend? Them who said them are come to them, man. Oh, no, what? 615-2841. That's 615-2841 or 676-6968. But usually, that man, when I talk about people, when I go call any names, go on the other program and throw words. Doesn't have the capacity and the ability to come here and discuss that. Although, big up the clown still, my friend, who make him know, say, not Gus. He was a little bit soft doing so, telling the man, was pretty about it, not tell him say matter nonsense. You can compare across eras. And you can know if a man is better than a man. But that man, because Royal Tracy always disagree with me, he swore if you don't get him face. If he say, yeah man, the man runs that foolish. But I'm happy that the boss was objective and dismissed that. Man, we don't have the capacity to know that players from the 90s can be compared to players now. We're ready for us, Asta?
Yeah, he is.
Hello.
Meh.
Who's this? A goat?
One goat. Zidane, when you say I go on with Indiana Pacers, but those catch out your soliloquy where you let off. I want to who trouble you.
No, it's a little man where used to call this program, but him stop. And him always go along at Oral Trace to go through with word pan. I don't know why. Maybe him afraid that him can't.
Or him call around periodically.
No, man, he doesn't call here anymore.
Okay. So
yes. But every time he call on at Oral, he's talking about me.
Yeah. Oh, you heard what you said about the Pacers?
Yes, but first of all, he misquoted me. Then he said you can't compare people from the 90s with people now, which is ridiculous. That is just dumb.
Of course, you can't compare people from
that. Exactly. Anybody with a peanut brain should know. So not even a peanut brain.
We have a man in our league who basically a place since the 90s.
Yes, exactly. There you go. 2003. That's close to the 90s. Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's doing very well still.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Excellent game last night, was it that?
Mm-hmm.
By the way, let me address a couple of issues before we get into the basketball. Number one, preacher, it's sorry if you hurt your feelings. Me never did I insist that you go and dance all, sir. Because I wonder how you know we are dance all selector say at his place of work. That's all I was wondering.
That's all I was wondering.
Yeah, that's all I was wondering. Next thing to know, CC try explain it away yesterday in Zidane.
Mm-hmm.
You lose now on the CC. You haven't us all that one day.
Yeah.
And by the way, Zidane, you want to make it worse. You're CC kill himself yesterday now. By insisting say Van Dijk came there in January, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know what that tell me, say?
Yeah.
Despite having a bad goalkeeper, by solidifying the defense, they were still able to drag that team to the Champions League.
Excellent point.
And in that final, Salah got hurt.
Another excellent point.
Why CC left out them there?
Yeah, great points. I was trying to tell him,
yeah, I think when you ask CC the question, who was most important to Liverpool, whether it was
yes.
Van Dijk. They like when you put it. But me not really see CC believe the answer.
No, sir, he doesn't want to try and win the argument. He not really seriously believe that. Couldn't be.
He's not serious.
Nobody who watched that season, my boss. Van Dijk was out of this world for Liverpool. It's a long time I never see a defender that good in that season for Van Dijk. Years, Garvey, honestly.
And listen, no, and CC, even though he won Premier League Player of the Year, there has been a keeper to win Premier League Player of the Year.
Wasn't Van Dijk also runner-up in the Ballon
d'Or
to Messi? Yes.
Yes. That's how brilliant he
was. Yes. So I don't know where CC get that from.
Chalk the cheese. But anyway, get night basketball. Zidane, what a game last night, man.
Yes. Best game of that series. Best game of that series by far.
Yeah, best game of that. And one of the best games in the conference final so far.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely. It was a weird game by Ant-Man though.
Boy. Sometimes I wonder about Ant-Man in certain key situations. I don't know why I picked Wolves to win that series.
Weird. But he was very active in Zidane.
Yes, he was.
It's not like but he just wasn't getting up the shots.
Yes. How can you at the end of the first half, how many shots he attempted? What, 3 or 4?
Yeah, probably like 3 or 4.
Yeah.
And something came to the fore last night when me tell you saying need to work on. Zidane, Him need to work on him dribble drive and pull up from about 10 or 12 feet. Him trying to basically get all the way to the basket every time.
Yeah, but I saw him doing it a couple of times. But you're right, he needs to do it. He needs to work on it a lot more.
Yeah, man, him need a like a. Them are gonna beat him up a lot.
Even if he has the floater could work as well, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but him not. You're right. He's either him a shoot trees or him a drive all the way to the rim.
All the way to the rim.
Yeah, and that when physically take a toll on your body, my boss, if you have to be constant. Because even Michael Jordan was the ultimate driver and slasher. Him had that pull-up jump shot that was money from mid-range.
And I think that is what you're going for the break.
Yeah, man. Hold it.
Give me a minute. Yeah.
We take the break. We're coming back.
Is your business ready for the future? Upgrade to Wacom Cloud Phone System. Enjoy seamless, crystal clear communication without the hassle of traditional phone lines. Our cloud-based solutions let you connect from anywhere and anytime. Experience the freedom and reliability of the cloud. Visit WacomJA.com today or call 876-906-7240 and take your business communication to the next level.
Clear your barrels and personal shipments with ease and convenience. Request a customs contactless clearance today through CCP at jca.gov.jm. The time by the Jamaica Customs Agency is
1:15.
Super Center, everything for your home and more.
Whether you are redecorating your home, looking for a gift idea, or simply feel for some retail therapy, Ascent Super Center is the place to be. Regal Plaza, Kingston, and Linston. We have it all, from linens and curtains to appliances and cookware, furniture, rugs, and wall decor. It's everything for your home and more.
Ascent Super Center, we're gonna make you smile. Ascent Super Center, it's a lifestyle.
You're listening to Jamaica's first and number one daytime sports calling show, The Sports Desk.
All right, welcome back. Garfield, back with you.
Yeah, Zidane. And what makes it sad for the Wolves and their fans, is that they lost a game by 2 points. Where between Ant-Man and Julius Randle, I think they had like 20 points combined for the whole game,
Yeah.
All their role players played so well.
If it wasn't for the role players, it would have been a blowout.
Alexander Walker, I don't know if it's the inspiration of going up against his cousin, but man, he was special.
He was balling.
And Jaden McDaniels was brilliant.
Mm-hmm.
Even Dante made some big shots. I mean,
Dante was his biggest game in the series. Yeah.
Oh man, it's a sad game. I think Julius made one basket for the game.
I'm struggling.
Man,
he has gone back to the Julius Randle. I know.
You mean stumbling fool?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, boy,
Trick me.
That is the enigma where Julius Randle is in Zidane.
No, I must admit, because I now firmly believe that if Steph Curry was healthy, they would have beaten this Timberwolves team. I'm very confident in saying that. I know
I
pick the Wolves.
I think so too.
Yeah.
Give the coach credit though. I see him pull a couple of players off of the bench and try a thing there.
Mm-hmm.
Shannon Jr. and those guys, and they played well.
Yeah, they played well also.
I don't think he has been that much out coach. I think the talent level though.
Yeah.
The talent level. And this Jalen Williams, I told you earlier in the year, Zidane, this is a special two-way player in the ball.
Yeah, man. Yes, indeed. You're right, man.
I
didn't realize how good he was, my boss.
Yes, man.
Yeah.
I think he has more of a killer instinct than Shea.
Well, we are going to know that. We are going to know that.
The biggest basket, the biggest baskets in that fourth quarter was him,
No, man, Shea done some big shot, man. There was one point when Minnesota cut the lead to 2, and Shea just came down and was poised and was bam from mid-range and fading away.
He made some big shots too, but I think the biggest shot of the game that really sealed it was that 3-point away.
Yeah, but he was wide open though, because the defense all collapsed on Shea.
Yeah, so but the confidence of him shoot it with Zidane, there was no hesitation there.
Yeah.
I just love the way he played last night, bro.
Yeah, man. Why? This team, they're scary. And they're so young as well.
The East now quickly, Zidane. Why? The Knicks are struggling, look good. And you know what this show me, Zidane? Matchups are so important, brother. It just seemed like the Knicks just match up so poorly with Indiana. I don't know. Even the game where them win the other night, it just seemed like
it was a struggle.
It was more of a luck win. I don't know.
I understand what you mean, man. There was a struggle, real struggle.
The depth of the Indiana Pacers really bother them, Zidane, because it's not like with Boston where you know who you have to worry about every game. With Indiana, like anybody can come up and lick up at 25 points. I noticed one thing though, the last 2 games, Halliburton has not been special enough.
He hasn't?
No.
You're serious?
He's been decent, good, but he hasn't been special like the first.
But he doesn't need to be special. He's the point guard.
No man, when I say special in Zidane, I mean scoring wise.
No, what look at his assists and his creativity, man. He has been good, man.
I think he had less than 10 assists last game, man. And he had about 3 I think he had about 3 turnovers last game as well. Wasn't his best game, great. I think he had about 8 assists and 3 turnovers last game. Which for Halliburton, Halliburton is a man who go out 13 assists and 0 turnovers.
Yes. So New York dead tonight then.
Boy, I have New York winning tonight. Let's hope it nobody go the other way, my brother.
No, sir. New York dead. They're not losing 2-2.
So right both of them 3-1.
3-1. The both of them going 5-1, it appears.
4-1.
4-1 rather. 4-1.
I still have Thunder 9-6,
No, but New York going back. No, New York
to close out at home. Them are dash game 5, man.
No, man, New York going back home after tonight. So New York might extend the series to 6 games.
They're definitely not winning or losing all 3 at home for sure.
No, I don't think so.
If they win tonight, they could be going back to Indiana 3-2.
If New York wins tonight, my boss, all the momentum would have swung in their favor. The confidence would be dropping from Indiana, and Indiana would be going on the road. Indiana would be in big trouble, my boss.
Yeah, they would. They can't. I think this is more even of a must-win for Indiana.
Yep. Well, the pressure is all on Indiana.
I mean, the Knicks going on for game 5. They can easily go and win that. And all they would have to do is come back and win one road game in Indiana.
Yeah. But and I saw it go. Indiana going to blow them out, and the confidence are going to drop, and then just win out.
All right, so we saw up later.
Yeah.
Yeah, like come on.
All right, so that's Garvey. Yeah, cool. Well, my phone not working with my people. But this is the point I wanted to make. When Ravman Powell got dropped, or had the captaincy taken away, one of the discussions that was making the rounds at the time is ideological differences with Sammy. And one of the dynamics of them something is who calls the shot on a cricket field. The coach or the captain. Now it depends on which coach and which captain, because I know some captains where the coach can't call the shots for them. And some coach who will call the shots. I'm trying to find a record though. So while Ravman Powell was instrumental in taking us from 9th to 3rd, a point that he has emphasized recently, is what was his record in recent times? You know, the Janet Jackson, what have you done for me lately? I'm trying to look up the exact stats, but from what I remember, Ravman had lost 8 out of his last 10 games in charge. Completed by a 3-0 loss to Bangladesh. Now, when you're losing, the coach will feel that he's well within his right. Gear your head enough. If you're winning. But if you're losing, what should the coach do? Should the coach still allow you to go with your instincts and your plans, as opposed to plans discussed previous to a game? And I think that is where Darren Sammy draw the line. I don't think Sammy could draw a line based on just ideological differences if the table hadn't turned. The fact that we lost, I think 8 out of our last 10 games, and were swept by Bangladesh in the last series 3-0, I think was the deciding factor. So Ravman can say, boy, there's differences, and him think that they should have allowed him to, do what he want to do, which is fair, but not at the expense of losing. And I think that is why reaching. Now, whether or not the correct decision is made, so be it. But a lot of people seem to be blaming Sammy. A lot of Jamaicans especially. But losing 8 out of 10 games, especially if the coach say, boy, I'm not want to play that way, and you're losing virtually 80% of the time during that time, you're going to have differences with the coach, and I think that is what reached Ravman. So that's the point I wanted to make. All right, so we're coming up to just but we still have some time between now and then to take some calls. I don't know, maybe people lining up to watch the game, or something. But we still welcome your call.
615-2841. That's 615-2841 or 676-6968. That's 676-6968. Call through and let your voice be heard.
All right, may I say a couple of text messages? Let's read those. Yeah.
Text message.
It's now time for text messages on the sports desk.
It's an argument, Zidane. Any game evolved. Not all players from another era will be great in this era. I'm pretty sure you'll be a better Bolt and a better. I'm pretty sure you will. I suppose I want to say see a better Bolt and a better LeBron. And then another person says something wrong. Zidane Garvey. Something wrong. Zidane Garvey agreeing 2 days in a row. No contention.
Yes, indeed.
Here's another one. From the first time I heard G-Star on the radio, I could tell that is a person who grew spoiled and entitled as a youth. By virtue of you coming and say the hosts are corrupt, you're basically saying all who voted in favor of Preacher are corrupt. Brother, you lose, brother. Hug up that. Can you imagine if everyone who lost the debate behaved like you? The debate wasn't even close. The man them should stop pretty it up. Ping pong. I want to tell you something. I listened to the debate, and I think it was a good debate. I think G-Star came with some fantastic points, but I think Preacher was a lot more savvy in the way how he answered the debate, and his points were a little bit more telling. But it was a fantastic debate, one of the best we've ever had. I think the points were solid. G-Star, unlike what some people have said, G-Star did put up a good fight. But Preacher was just on the day. Just a little bit too clinical in front of goal, if I don't want to put it that way. And G-Star's points were cleverly counteracted. For example, when G-Star made a point that quarterbacks have been MVPs in, can't remember the stats, like 19 of the last 20 or something like that. I thought that Preacher would be dead. But then Preacher said, how many of those quarterbacks were actually the winners of the Super Bowl? Now, if the argument is not about MVPs, but about winning, and I thought that was clever. And I could cite 2 or so cases like that. G-Star did come with some good points, but I think Preacher was just a little bit more clever in how he what you call it now, rebutted or took on those points. You sure the line am I work, brother? You sure both lines are working? Which line Garvey called upon a while ago? All right, boy, I'm not sure what's happening, but for what it's worth, 6152841. All right, so let's see what's happening over YouTube. Hopefully no politicking from certain callers today. This was from Michelle Freeman. I wonder if your wish has already been satisfied. Bless up the sports desk crew. What do you think of the former West Indies captain's comment concerning sticking to stats on the field versus changing the game plan based on how the cricket flows? Well, I think we addressed that a while ago. The thing is, if you're winning as the captain, then you have the wherewithal for run things pretty much your way. But when that winning record turns to a losing record, you're going to struggle for the coach decide to just work with you. So I think that is what caught up with Ravman. The team had suddenly started losing more than they were winning in their last 10 games. And apparently Sammy drew the line and they couldn't see eye to eye. My thing is, why is it that despite that, Ravman is not even in the squad? That for me is the interesting part. But we'll see. Not sure what's happening with the callers today, but let's take another YouTube. Garvey should stick to talking sports and leave the politicking behind. He sounds half decent when he stays on sports. By the way, is there a day that Garvey calls and does not talk about preacher? Well, there are days when he calls and doesn't talk about preacher, in fairness to Garvey. So, all right, we're coming up to the
break time also.
To the Just Bet break, so we'll take that, and hopefully the callers will come out of their slumber for the second half of the hour.
For all your genuine Toyota, Honda, Nissan, Mitsubishi, Mazda, Suzuki, and Subaru parts, visit Excel Auto Parts, the Auto Parts Hub, located at 95.5 Hagley Park Road. Opening hours are Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 5:30 p.m., Saturday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m., and Sunday, 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. Call 923-2356-7 and 757-2357. Civil servants, come and take advantage of our 50% discount all year round. Once you visit Excel Auto, you will come back. Excel Auto Parts, your parts hub.
It's now time for Sports in a Minute, sponsored by Edgechem, Western Sports, Megamart, Spectrum Insurance Brokers, D'Angelo Auto Spares and Accessories Limited, and Fosrich.
Liverpool captain Virgil van Dijk says he's praying for a speedy recovery for those injured when a car plowed into supporters at the club's trophy parade. About 50 people, including 4 children, were injured when a car rammed into crowds during Monday's Premier League trophy parade in central Liverpool. A 53-year-old British man from the Liverpool era has since been arrested. Liverpool City Mayor says there are 4 injured people in the hospital and they are not doing very well. Van Dijk said, "My thoughts and prayers are with everyone affected," and wrote that on social media, praying for a speedy recovery for everyone who suffered injuries. We are with them all. And that's your Sports in a Minute.
Sports in a Minute was sponsored by Edgechem, changing lives 1 gallon at a time. Western Sports, the sports people. Megamart, best value by far. Spectrum Insurance Brokers, setting the industry standard. D'Angelo Auto Spares and Accessories Limited at 20 Balmoral Avenue, Kingston 10, and shop number 10, 1A Chapelton Road. Call 876-929-9146. And Fosrich.
Listen up, Jamaica. At Fosrich, everybody's getting a solar water heater. $20,000 deposit. 6 months to pay. What a deal. Fosrich financing.
Something good. Hey, joins me, Jermaine Morgan, popular known as Brother Frisco, on Omega Radio Thursdays and Fridays from 5 p.m. through to 9 inside the Praise the Lord show, and Saturdays and Sunday morning from 6 a.m. through to 10 a.m. inside the Kingdom Lifestyle Radio show. Tune in and be blessed. You can't afford to miss this show with Brother Frisco on your radio. What you gotta
For financial news and the latest developments in the business community and economy, Financially Speaking is the top choice. Join me, your host Errol Gregory, Mondays and Wednesdays at 12:30 p.m. as we look at current economic issues, provide small business tips, and help you to build your business and portfolio. That's Financially Speaking, sponsored by Jamaica Stock Exchange, JSC Online Trading.
It's now time for Just Bet Winner's Edge, where we take a look at some of the top sporting events and betting odds on the Just Bet sports betting program and show you how to bet and win big with Just Bet. Sponsored by Just Bet, Jamaica's #1 sports betting game. From Supreme Ventures, offering the best betting odds and the fastest payouts on the market. Just Bet, your game, your passion. All right, so as you heard, it's time for Just Bet, and without further ado, we join Jesse Blake. Hi, Jesse.
Good afternoon, Mr. Higgins. How are you?
I am not too bad at all, my boss. I'm here, alive and kicking.
Good. Very good. You sound strong, my friend.
Yes, man. Sometimes we have to sound strong. But I don't have my system up for some reason. So you go ahead and then I'll follow. I'll take your lead, sir.
No problem. You give us the expert analysis as well after that. All right, no problem. Let's start off with the UEFA Europa Conference League final, scheduled for tomorrow at 2 o'clock in the afternoon Jamaica time. At that time, Real Betis out of Spain will be taking on the Blues of Chelsea out of England. The final of the UEFA Europa Conference League will take place in Poland in Eastern Europe. Now, Real Betis, they have not been in great form heading into this game. They are winless in 5 matches in a row following their 1-1 draw with Valencia last Friday. So in turn, they have lost. Well, they lost in that game 1 of their last, or made that. They have lost just 1 of their last 10. Have Real Betis, but are winless in 5 in a row. Chelsea wrapped up a top 5 finish, a hard-fought 1-0 win at Nottingham Forest on Sunday. Very commendable for Enzo Maresca's outfit. They've overseen a run of 7 wins from the last 8 in all competitions, while the Blues have won all but 2 of 14 European matches this season. Are they peaking at the right time? Well, according to the Just Bet final result bet option, the Blues of Chelsea are the favored team to win the UEFA Europa Conference League final tomorrow at 2 Jamaica time. The Blues of Chelsea attract odds of $1.78. Real Betis, the underdog, $4.50, and the draw attracts odds of $3.25. Of course, the final result bet option, the odds that we showcased a while ago, are the odds on the final result bet option. Simple, straight up basic option is the final result bet option, showcasing odds on each team to win and odds on the draw. The final result bet option is one of a galaxy of betting options that we have available for you for this game. Let's start off with the correct score betting option that you can take advantage of for tomorrow's Europa Conference League final between Real Betis and Chelsea. Correct score bets you can take advantage of include, if it is that Chelsea wins by a correct score of 2-1, a $500 bet would pay $4,000 in winnings. If it's Chelsea 3-1, a $500 bet pays $7,000 in winnings. Real Betis by a 0-0 would pay $6,000 in winnings with a $500 bet. Real Betis by 2-1, $7,000 on offer there with a $500 bet. Real Betis via the upset special, winning by 2-0, would pay $13,000 in winnings with a $500 bet. If this game ends in a 2-all draw at the end of regulation and stoppage time, a $500 bet pays $7,000 in winnings. We did mention to you that, of course, the correct score betting, one of our galaxy of betting options that we have available for you at Just Bet. We do have a number of main betting options available. Who will score the first goal? Will it be Real Betis at $2.54? Or will it be Chelsea at $1.54? Well, you can also bet on who will score. In terms of the winning margin of goals, you can bet on that as well. You can bet on a halftime/full-time betting option. For example, Real Betis winning both the first half and the second half pays at odds of $6.66. If Real Betis wins the first half, but there's a stalemate in the second half, that halftime full-time bet pays at odds of $18. However, if Real Betis wins the first half, say they go up 1, but Chelsea wins the second half by scoring more than 1 goal against Real Betis. If you bet on that halftime full-time bet, it pays at odds of $26. So, if it is that you're betting on Chelsea, but they fall behind in the first half, but you're saying, hey, Chelsea will come through all the same, and you put $1,000 on that halftime full-time bet, you're looking at $26,000 in winnings.
Wow.
If it's Chelsea, but listen to this. If it's Chelsea that wins the first half, but say Chelsea goes up 3-0 in the first half, but Real Betis scores 1 goal and Chelsea takes their foot off the gas to make it a 3-1 full-time score. That would pay at odds of $51. So if Chelsea goes out on a romp, as most people think, and they win the first half, but Real Betis comes back and scores one goal if Chelsea scores none, or scores more goals than Chelsea in the second half, but you're still backing Chelsea to win. If you put $1,000 on that halftime full-time bet, it pays $51,000 in winnings. Needless to say, there are so many other bets that you can capitalize on for this game. Who will win if there's extra time? Who will win that? Who will win the first half? Who will win the second half? Who will get the most corners? Which team will suffer the most bookings in the game? You can also take advantage of a number of player special bets in terms of assists. Yeah, there are a line of points as it relates to assists in this game. For example, Cole Palmer of Chelsea, if he makes one or more assists, that pays at odds of $3.90. Jadon Sancho of Chelsea, one or more assists, pays at odds of $4.25. Shots on goal, for example, if it is that it's Jesus Rodriguez for Real Betis, one or more shots in the game is at odds of $1.10. And there are more players there. Line of points as it relates to shots on goal, players to receive a card. Yes. For example, if it is that Caicedo from Chelsea gets one or more cards for the game, that pays at odds of $2.75. Isco of Real Betis, if he gets one or more cards in the game, $2.80. Just wanted to show the many ways in which persons can bet and win big on the UEFA Europa Conference League final come tomorrow. For me, it's gonna hurt. Real Betis, 2-1. $7,000 on a phone, a $500 bet going with Real Betis for the upset out of Spain. $4.50 straight up.
Well, I'm going 2-1 as well. However, it is not for Real Betis.
I know where you're going.
So, I'm going with the Blues of Chelsea to win this one too.
Yeah, but I felt that's fine. That's where most people would go as well with Chelsea for this one.
Yeah.
Chelsea by 2-1 pays $4,000 in winnings on a $500 bet.
What's the other one?
Come Saturday at 2:00 in the afternoon Jamaica time, the football world stops for this spectacle that is the UEFA Champions League final. Inter Milan, the pride of Italy, taking on Paris Saint-Germain out of France this Saturday, 2:00 in the afternoon, Jamaica time. Can PSG win their first ever Champions League trophy versus an Inter Milan team? This is familiar territory for them. This will be their second Champions League final in the last 3 years. They aim to go one better than they did in 2023 when they lost out in that final. Well, if Inter Milan wins this Champions League, it will be 4 times on the trot and their first Champions League title since 2010. According to the Just Bet Final Result Bet option, though, it is Paris Saint-Germain that's favored to win the Champions League final this Saturday at $2.08. Inter Milan come in as the underdog, $3.40 on the draw. Attract odds of $3.25. Do remember, folks, one of the most lucrative, if not the most lucrative betting option you find in football in the sports betting market is the Just Bet Correct Score betting option for this game. The Champions League final this Saturday, 2:00 Jamaica time. The game kicks off. Take advantage of the many correct score bets that are available. Do remember, you can place a bet on virtually any score line that you think is the correct score for each and every football game for the Champions League final. Inter Milan, 2-1, $6,000 on offer with a $500 bet. Inter, 2-0, $9,500 in winnings with a $500 bet. Inter, 3-1, $15,500 in winnings with a $500 bet. For Paris Saint-Germain, correct score bets included, they win 2-1, a $500 bet would pay $4,500 in winnings. If it is Paris Saint-Germain by 3-1, a $500 bet would pay $8,500 in winnings. Can Paris Saint-Germain beat Inter Milan by 3-2? A $500 bet would pay $15,500 in winnings. As it was with the UEFA Europa Conference League final, so many bets are available for the Champions League final this Saturday. Of course, who will score the first goal in the game? Will it be Paris Saint-Germain at $1.75, or will it be Inter Milan to score first at $2.20? Of course, you can bet on the halftime, full-time results as we showcase in the Europa Conference League final. If it is that Paris Saint-Germain scores or wins the first half, but there is a stalemate in the second half, that pays at odds of $16. If it is that Paris Saint-Germain wins the first half, but Inter Milan comes storming back in the second half, that pays at odds of $41. So a $1,000 bet would pay $41,000 in winnings. Will it be a dominant display by Paris Saint-Germain winning both halves of the game? That pays at odds of $3.10. Is it Inter that will shock and win both halves? Win halftime, win at halftime, and win at full time? That pays at odds of $5. Who will score the last goal of the game? Will it be Paris Saint-Germain $1.71, Inter Milan $2.16? You remember, you can bet on a winning margin. If it is Paris Saint-Germain winning by a goal, yes, over Inter Milan, that pays at odds of $3.80. Paris Saint-Germain winning over Inter by 2 goals pays $6.33, 3+ at $9. Inter winning by a goal would pay at $5. Inter by 2 goals at $11. 3 goals or more in Inter's favor pays at odds of $21. Do remember, you can bet on how many corners, how many bookings. You can bet on players. A head-to-head matchup I'm seeing here. Who will have most shots? Will it be Lautaro Martinez of Inter? He goes up against Desire Doué of Paris Saint-Germain. Who will win? Will it be Lautaro Martinez at $1.83 or Doué at $1.88? Most shots head-to-head. Marcus Thuram for Inter versus Doué. Thuram $2.31. Doué at $1.55. Do remember, you also have the line of points as it relates to assist. For example, if it is that it's DiMarco of Inter Milan, 1 assist or more pays at odds of $5. If it's Ashraf Hakimi for Paris Saint-Germain, 1 assist or more, $5. Dembele, PSG, an assist or more also at $5. You can bet a line on multi-scorers who will have 2 or more goals. Will it be Dembele at $11? Will it be Lautaro Martinez, the pride of Inter Milan, at $18? Who will score in the game? You can take a player if they score first, last, or any time during the game. For example, Lautaro to score first pays at odds of $6.50. If he scores the last goal, that also pays $6.50. If he scores at any time in the game, at $3.20. All of that and more available for the Champions League final this Saturday. For me, though, I'll tell you what I think on Thursday.
No, man.
I'll tell you what I think on Thursday.
You have the liberty of changing your mind, but we want to hear now. Well, me, I go with
all right, fine, all right.
Me, I go with PSG still. Me, I go with PSG
worries.
to win. To win.
I like the pride of Italy. I like the pride of Italy in this one.
Yeah.
Inter Milan for me, 2-0. $9,500 in winnings with a $500 bet. Inter Milan $3.40, but I reserve my right to change my prediction for Thursday. I reserve that right.
All right. When is the game? Saturday, what time?
Saturday at 2:00 in the afternoon, Jamaica time.
All right, cool. But you reserve the right to change your mind on Wednesday.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Because we're coming back with even more odds come Thursday.
All right. What's the last one?
All right, quickly. Major League Soccer is on. Get used to it. Lots of Major League Soccer we're going to be talking about throughout the early part of summer. Tomorrow, Lionel Messi and Inter Milan will take on CF Montreal out of Canada. It is Inter Miami in 7th, taking on Montreal, who sit in the cellar of the Eastern Conference in MLS action. Inter Miami, heavily favored to win tomorrow at 6:30 in the evening Jamaica time. Messi and Company at $1.41. Montreal, $5.75 to draw $4.75. Correct score bets for this game include if it is Inter Miami 2-0, a $500 bet pays $4,000 even. Inter Miami 3-0, $5,000 on offer with a $500 effort. Miami 4-1, $8,500 in winnings with a $500 bet. Montreal by a goal to nil, $10,000 on offer with a $500 bet. Double that up if Montreal wins by 2 goals to nil, $20,500 on offer with a $500 bet. A 1-all draw in this game, $4,500 in winnings with a $500 bet. Montreal not that good, taking on Messi and Company. They played a great game against Philadelphia Union, the leaders right now of MLS. It was a thrilling 3-all draw on the weekend. Easy Messi and Company for me, 2-0, $4,000 on offer with a $500 bet. Messi and Company, Inter Miami, $1.41 straight up.
Yeah, not going to bet against Lionel Messi, against opponents that are not likely to push him all the way. So for me, 2-0 as well.
All right, cool. $4,000 in winnings with a $500 bet.
All right, boss. The final, the floor is yours.
Thank you so much. Of course, do remember also the French Open is on in earnest. Yannick Sinner, Casper Ruud will be in action in a couple of days' time. Of course, Alexander Zverev out of Germany will also be taking the court, I believe, tomorrow. And of course, all of your favorite ladies will be on show on the ladies' side of the draw as well. Do remember that we attract live betting as well for the French Open happening right now as we speak. For all of your favorite games, make it just at JA.com, SupremeGames.com, the Supreme Ventures Gaming app, or pop in to one of our over 100 just bet locations island-wide, including our retail centers that will have an extra special arena setting for the Conference League final tomorrow and the big one, the Champions League, on Saturday. Of course, all the to you, team and listeners from all of us at Just Bet. Stay safe, enjoy the games. We talk on Thursday, my friend. Take care today.
All right, big up yourself, Sir Jesse Blake. With that, we take a break. We'll be back.
That was the Just Bet Winner Z, sponsored by Just Bet, Jamaica's #1 sports betting game from Supreme Ventures, offering the best betting odds and the fastest payouts on the market. Just Bet, your game, your passion. For more information, visit justbetja.com.
Paul, I need help with my vehicle cost this year. It's going through the roof. You think I should call Keith?
You're mad. Don't you want a system that easy for you?
Yeah, man.
You want the best price boat here too?
Yeah, man. I bet you want real-time alert and island-wide coverage. Yeah, man. So the smart choice is Hawkeye.
They will give you a free 30-day trial.
Yeah, man.
Hey, tell me something. You ever say anything but yeah, man?
Yeah, man.
Just say yeah, man to Hawk Tracker from Hawkeye. Call us at 926 Hawk. Conditions apply.
Are you ready for something mega? Spend $6,500 or more before GCT. Drop your entry in the box and you can win a 2025 Hyundai Tucson. It's the Mega Wheels Tour promotion. April 5th to September 28th. Second prize, a $50,000 shopping spree every month for a year. Third prize, a $30,000 shopping spree every month for a year. Brought to you by Hyundai, Redstone, Heineken, True Milk, Brinks, Walker's Wood, Downing, CPJ Daiquiri, and Carryburst. Choose concentrate. Only at Megamart. Locations island-wide. Megamart. Best value by far. Authorized under Section 58.3 of the Rating Gaming and Laws Act.
Something good. Hey, joins me, Jermaine Morgan, popular known as Brother Frisco, on Omega Radio Thursdays and Fridays from 5 p.m. through to 9 inside the Praise the Lord show, and Saturdays and Sunday morning from 6 a.m. through to 10 a.m. inside the Kingdom Lifestyle Radio show. Tune in and be blessed. You can't afford to miss this show with Brother Frisco on your radio. Watch.
You're listening to Jamaica's first and #1 daytime sports calling show, The Sports Desk.
All right, so we're back on line 615-2841. 6766968. And has the game started?
Yes, the game 5 minutes old now, and it's 0-0 Jamaica versus Trinidad. So I'm able to watch it. So I will keep giving the listeners updates every 5 minutes or so. A pretty good start from the Jamaicans. Front foot, nice to see Kaim Dixon getting a start. Let's see what he has to offer. A lot of Jamaicans always clamor for him to get into the starting lineup or play more minutes when he's called up to the team. So hopefully he can do well. I'm seeing what. Yeah, right, my boss.
Yeah, we'll go to the WhatsApp. Why the caller seems to have deserted us today for a little bit, but we'll read the WhatsApp. Yeah.
Excuse me, boss. You have a text message.
It's now time for text messages on the sports desk.
Jamaica versus TNT game is live on YouTube. Interesting start, so we can set up that. Blessed Day Sports Desk. Can you please ask Bull if he will be doing any maths class online this summer? I would like to get my sons into his class. So Bull, call and tell me if you're listening where you'll be having any maths class or not. I'm pretty sure you had good journalist and analysis. You and Zidane Euclid are on top of your game. Better will come. It's called growth. My friend Euclid and Zidane. Not sure who was that. Orville, what G-Star should have counted with is that in those seasons where the regular season MVP quarterback did not win the Super Bowl, it was won most times by another QB. So QBs still win both MVPs. By the way, tell Michelle Freeman if by defending Jamaican. Oh, this is Garvey again. By the way, tell Michelle Freeman if by defending Jamaica being a patriot is being political, I will continue to be. So I get the drift of what they have. The less I comment about that one, right, Garvey? Don't want to get in any problem. All right, so we're seeing. Can the screen be enlarged so we can see the whole screen? But no, yeah, we're looking at the Jamaica live on YouTube. That's better. Maybe we shouldn't say that because everybody's going to run to YouTube. We would probably be taking time to talk. Yeah, man, it's good right. 8 minutes gone against Trinidad.
All right, 6152841. That's 6152841. I know the football fans will be doing this contest. So we can discuss. I hope the reason well, Kaim Dixon now with a great opportunity. Didn't hit the target from inside the 6-yard box. Should have done better. As I said, people, listeners, the Jamaicans have started very well. They are finding space in behind that TNT defense. And Kaim Dixon, nice intelligent run inside, ball pulled back to Kaim Dixon, and he did not force a save from the goalkeeper from just outside the 6-yard box.
Right, he put the left foot rather than the right foot there. But anyway, I'm convinced the lines aren't working. Oh no, we go back. All right, hello.
Good afternoon.
We're hearing the lines, you know, but hello.
Yes, afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Yeah, man, you're live.
Oh yeah, afternoon, gentlemen.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Just want to touch a little bit of the sport. Zidane.
Yes, sir.
With comparing eras, it kind of hard. It's like, to me, it comparing a VW with a AD wagon.
No, sir.
In terms,
we not agree.
Yes, they're going to say the two of them can carry from point A to point B, but it's kind of hard to compare right across.
No, sir.
And how you're doing it, it kind of sound away.
No, my boss. I know that everybody who I've seen playing basketball since the 90s, except LeBron James, Michael Jordan, better than all of them. That's not hard for me if you tell them, my boss. every single player except LeBron James, in my opinion, since the 90s, I think Michael Jordan better than all of them. Easy. You don't have to think twice about it, my boss.
No, but remember, you know, players back then wasn't asked to do certain things, as I say, yeah? But at the same time, everything changed. Technology changed, all them train changed, shoes changed, everything changed.
Yeah, but Carla, you hear why that argument is not a strong argument? Because there are a lot of players now who are struggling to do some of the things, even in this era that they're required to do. They struggle, they don't do it well. So it's not automatic. That's it. If you're required to do it, you must be good at it, my boss. No, go some, brother. I don't saw it work, Carla. Hold the line, bro. Hold the line. We're on the break. We'll take it. We're coming back.
Is your business ready for the future? Upgrade to Qualcomm Cloud Phone System. Enjoy seamless, crystal clear communication without the hassle of traditional phone lines. Our cloud-based solutions let you connect from anywhere and anytime. Experience the freedom and reliability of the cloud. Visit WalcomJ.com today or call 876-906-7240 and take your business communication to the next level.
Apply for your NHD refunds at nhd.gov.jm or via the NHD app. Do not click on any links offering to help you. The time by the NHD is
2 o'clock. You're listening to Jamaica's first and number one daytime sports calling show, The Sports Desk.
Yes, Carla, back with you.
Yeah, man. Yeah, so because if you look at it, in our sports, across our sports, it's just like when you're saying you never see enough a player to compare our Maradona to them players now. You know, it's like so much change, and who say some of these players could even, you know, do well back then either. You know, it's just the faint little disrespect coming here, you know, kind of tone in the voice to the older players. You know, it's just that's
I have Magic Johnson, Michael Jordan, and Larry Bird in my top 15 greatest NBA players of all time. Mm-hmm. None of them play now, my boss.
None of them what?
None of them play now. Or they are from these generations. But I have them in my top 15 greatest basketball players of all time.
Yeah, but they weren't the only good ones.
Yeah, but I'm saying that's why I'm saying to you, it's not a matter of being disrespecting the older players. We're just looking at the players and the skill set and know what you are able to do and what because I don't believe that somebody like Patrick Ewing would have the skill set to do the things that Nicola. He didn't show that, my boss. Hakeem Elijah hold on. No man, technology can't help him. Oh, technology will help him. Because I believe that.
No, you mean how technology remember
hold on, Carla.
It's development, you know.
But listen, Carla, you're not listening to me, you know. Hakeem Elijah one who played while Patrick Ewing was playing. I think that's a different story now. I think he did have the skill set and the talent to last in this era and be better than most playing now as a center. Patrick Ewing is not the same though.
Yeah, but look at what Patrick Ewing did in George.
No man, him did limited.
Him coming to NBA and him develop more time
no, man,
also.
He was very limited as a player, man. He would been a great player now.
No man, you can't say that about.
But that's obvious, man. If you analyze the thing.
No, but if you look at it, as I say, so much have changed. You know, rules change, a whole other thing change. You can't just look at it and say, enough of them players they couldn't, you know. You know, because them play, enough of the players now couldn't play back then. So I mean,
what would stop?
Change, you know, it's hard.
What would stop them from playing back then?
Pardon?
The stars of now. What would stop them from playing back then and doing well?
The stars from back then, what would stop them now?
No. The ones now, yes, they couldn't play back then. I'm saying, what do you think would stop them from doing well back then?
Oh, so the pressure of the game, first of all. Right now, you have
pressure of the game.
Have this resting the man. Some people now play back to back. Who now play certain? Them couldn't manage the league. None of them couldn't manage the league.
I don't agree with you.
Couldn't manage the league back then, man.
I don't agree.
If you look into it, is that, but you have to just give kudos to
why are you saying you're saying physically they wouldn't be able to manage it?
None of them couldn't physically.
Then John Stockton manage it.
Oh, you mean John Stockton?
He wasn't a physical specimen.
No, but because he had to manage it.
No, I'm saying, I saw if you use your brain now and analyze, if John Stockton was not a physical specimen and he played long, he hardly ever missed a game and had great longevity. If he could do it, why the athletic players have now wouldn't be able to do it?
And then you have to look at that coaching too, The same guy. If you look at the coaches right now that are ruling in the NBA, them fall under some of the old-time coaches who know about the NBA, the physicality of the 90s or the 80s.
But may I ask you a question about a specific player who was a white guy who would lack athleticism and wasn't physically gifted?
Yeah, but what John Stockton had around him, Karl Malone,
that is irrelevant who was around him. I'm saying to you, John Stockton was one of the greatest point guards to ever live, and he played in the 90s. He was a white man who was not very physical. And I'm saying he lasted and was dominant.
What did he have to do at the point? When I'm bringing it up my bar from Malone.
What? You don't watch
What
basketball.
did he have to do at the point?
The man say, all the man do bring up the ball and pass the car, man. What a wicked man. Carla, stop embarrassing yourself on the radio. Carla, stop it.
Man, what? No, man.
The man say, just that.
Go again. It never have to do.
You're making me laugh, no, my ball.
No, man, it was not.
No, man, don't respect a man. Don't respect one of the.
Athletic.
No, man, don't respect an all-time great like that, man. That man was a.
No, man.
No, man, that man was an elite basketball player.
You're talking about his skill. And I'm saying.
Then that's what I say. I'm saying to you, there are many players now who are far more physically gifted than Stockton. And if he could last in the 90s, they would easily physically. That's the point I'm making. So your physical argument weak.
Because in play to skill set and what he was able to do.
Me not think if John Stockton could last, then Steph Curry would last then as well.
Look at even Chris Paul. Chris Paul is not that one of the skill, but he's known for play to him strength.
Chris Paul not skilled. No,
skilled
yes.
In terms of
yes, you're
Chris
struggling.
Paul not come on the court and do like what Steph Curry doing.
You're struggling, Carla, man.
No, man, not struggle. Why if you're struggling?
If it's a Chris Paul not skilled, you're struggling, man.
No, skilled in terms of skill not doing what Halliburton doing right now. He's not doing what Steph doing.
No man, Chris Paul a better basketball player for Halliburton.
Yeah, of course.
So I don't understand.
But I'm talking in terms of skill set. Look on a Chris Paul to a Magic Johnson play the same position.
No man, but Magic Johnson is the best one or two in terms of point guard in basketball.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. John Stockton plays to his strength. Strength in play too.
No.
Over years, players play to them strength. Halliburton play to his strength.
You said the players wouldn't manage the 90s because of the physicality of the era. And I'm saying to you, I saw players small in stature and not physical specimen who lasted. I'm saying a lot of these players are far more physically gifted than a John Stockton or the one that was at Phoenix. Kevin Johnson. Those players were brilliant.
Muggsy Bogues.
All right, look at Muggsy was small. And he had a name for himself somewhat in the 90s. So then anybody great now got to do well, my boss.
Yeah,
Stop it, man.
So that's what I'm saying. Players can play across. Yeah, it's just, as I said, it's just a faint little disrespect to the year before that.
But in reality, somebody like the Davis brothers who were a significant part of the Indiana Pacers, they're not special, my boss. They would have struggled to get into teams now.
That's true.
That's reality.
Struggle, yeah.
Charles Oakley, them the man that can't play basketball, my boss. And they were prominent people in the 90s.
You can't say that, man.
Charles Oakley, them hard near my boss. Anthony Mason, them when I watch on my TV when I look at you. Then they're not ready, my boss, man. And they want to play for championship caliber team. Man, they're hard near, my boss. They're talent-wise and skill-wise, they're hard near, they're not special. You can't.
No, but once they were able to make the NBA back then, you don't think they was good enough? They was good enough to make the NBA?
They were good enough in those days, but they would not be good enough to be key pieces in teams. No, championship caliber teams.
Yeah, but
Washington Wizards, Mason, and Oakland would have played for no, my boss.
They can't answer that. And probably a New York bench.
No, so them can't make this New York team. Oh, the bench. Yes, probably right.
Yeah, man, but you have to give a little more props to the whole time, man. Because remember, most of them young youth nowadays, them try pattern them game after stuff. Take a little piece from him, take a little piece from there, take a little piece from there, and put it together.
Yeah.
Just like with anything else, technology, workout change, and everything that's change.
Mm-hmm.
So that's just my little piece there.
All right, what's your name?
Oh, Express from Kingston.
Express from Kingston. All right,
yeah,
thanks.
Man, I call a couple times and vote, but I never really calling.
Yeah, man. All right, you sound good, man. Like so knowledgeable, man. Call us more often.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. I try,
Good all for your first time. Music time now, though.
All right, cool.
All right. Music time brought to you by Edge Campaigns for People Dreaming Color. This one is from Papa San, and it's called Hell Broke Loose.
The blood of Jesus cleanse us from all sin. Hell broke loose. No, let me go. Then on the chain from me. Hell broke loose from our body. We don't need the load of Calvary. See a place Jesus died today. See a place Jesus died today. Because we love the one man known as the God. Me say, hell broke loose from our body. We don't need the load of Calvary. See a place Jesus died today. See a place Jesus died today. Because we love the one man known as the God. Me say, on the blood of Jesus, it cleanse me. Come me sins and me kill them sustain me. Plus me ya put me up like a figurine. Make angels watch me like TV. Predestinate me like tree eternity. And give me the energy for me journey. Then put me in a spiritual authority. To build patience, faith and charity. So me give me heart as a search me. Make a bless all them out them will curse me. Make a pray for the one them will hurt me. No stop them blocking on me journey. Boys come out of it. I don't need the load of Calvary. See a place Jesus died today. See a place Jesus died today. Cause we love the one man known as the God. Me say, when people lose come out of it. We don't need the load of Calvary. See a place Jesus died today. See a place Jesus died today. Cause we love the one man known as the God. What me say? Some man does not face reality. Can't leave the church and go end up in a cemetery. Run up and go book up in a fear animosity. What a tragedy, what a tragedy. Over them a thief and them not earn a salary. Kill by police, them no love solidarity. Cause them not have no respect for humanity. Cause of vanity, cause of vanity. No, they tell you forget to your friend enemy. But you never listen, you know them are your enemy. No jail, no separation from your family. How they speak me, me say, hell broke loose from our body. Me say, they don't need the load of Calvary. Me say, see a place Jesus died today. You don't know. See a place Jesus died today. Every time because we love the one man known as the God. Who said? Me say, hell broke loose from our body. We don't need the load of Calvary. See a place Jesus died today. See a place Jesus died today. Because we love the one man known as the God. Who me say? All right from the Bible and Satan cripple. See what's me nickel and simple. Hear me a play like a fool last tickle. Me other than the sun and pickle pepper pickle. Just for me preach and the head diggle diggle. I run over moon and I can't time no figure. No said themselves just said I'm a nickel. The mind cover me bickle. Put them up, put them up, put them up. Put them up, put them up, put them up. Put them up, put them up, put them up. Put them up, put them up. Lose them up. We don't need the load of Calvary. See a place Jesus died today. See a place Jesus died today. Cause we love the one man known as the God. Me say, hell lose come out of it. We don't need the load of Calvary. See a place Jesus died today. See a place Jesus died today. Cause we love the one man known as the God. Put them up, put them up, put them up. Put them up, put them up, put them up. Put them up, put them up, put them up. Put them up, put them up. Put them up, put them up, put them up. Put them up, put them up.
All right, so that was Papa San, and that's the first selection here on the show. Jamaica getting a penalty and scoring for a foul on Cephas. Looks like, is that Palmer with the penalty?
Yes, that's Casey Palmer with a dink. Very brave penalty.
Touch and go whether that really was a penalty call still. Cephas getting nicked inside the box. It could go either way, but luckily for Jamaica, it went our way. All right, so 615-2841 or 676-6968. We have already had one new caller for the day. Maybe those are the ones who should take the opportunity to give us a link in the day. 615-2841 or 676-6968. As we come up to the next break. But Jamaica certainly having more opportunities than this Trinidad team. If it goes to farm, it should be. It should be. I'm saying will be, but should be a comfortable win. This Trinidad team up to this point not offering a lot.
Listeners, the Trinidad team has been very open, surprisingly. They have been very open. So I think they approach a little bit naive from the Trinidad, but maybe they're thinking that they don't see some of the bigger names. No Antonio, who's recovering. Understand that he's there in the squad though. No Leon Bailey. and some other people, but the Jamaicans, Casey Palmer looking really good thus far in the contest. So it's a good look, and I'm looking forward to seeing us winning this game and going forward to facing one of the Africans, which will be a tougher test. All right, what we go online, Mr. Boss?
Yeah, man, we go back online.
Hello?
No, all right, we take the break and then we come back online.
The JSC Group, Jamaica Stock Exchange, Jamaica Central Securities Depository Limited, and JCSD Trustee Services, providing a fair, efficient, and transparent stock market for over 45 years. The time by the Jamaica Stock Exchange Group is 2:15.
Are you ready for something mega? Spend $6,500 or more before GCT. Drop your entry in the box and you can win a 2025 Hyundai Tucson. It's the Mega Wheels Tour promotion, April 5th to September 28th. Second prize, a $50,000 shopping spree every month for a year. Third prize, a $30,000 shopping spree every month for a year. Brought to you by Hyundai, Redstone, Heineken, True Milk, Drinks, Walker's Wood, Downing, CPJ Daiquiri, and Carryburst Juice Concentrate. Only at Megamart. Locations island-wide. Megamart, best value by far. Authorized under Section 58.3 of the Betting, Gaming, and Lotteries Act.
Is your business ready for the future? Upgrade to Wacom Cloud Phone System. Enjoy seamless, crystal clear communication without the hassle of traditional phone lines. Our cloud-based solutions let you connect from anywhere and anytime. Experience the freedom and reliability of the cloud. Visit WacomJA.com today or call 876-906-7240 and take your business communication to the next level.
You're listening to Jamaica's first and number one daytime sports calling show, The Sports Desk.
All right, so 615-2841. Miss B now slips into the hot seat. We go a star getting a well-deserved break. We go back online. Hello. Hello. They're not hearing us at all. Hello. Yes.
Hello.
Yes.
Yeah, man. What's going on, man?
Oh, this is Franco. Good afternoon, Franco.
I know you don't want to hear from Franco.
I don't.
What's going on, yo? Zidane, what's going on?
Yes, I'm here.
You know the girls won the Champions League, man.
Yes, Arsenal ladies.
Did you mention it?
No.
Why not?
Because it happened over the weekend, and today's Tuesday.
Oh, so that's why you ain't mentioned it?
Yeah. So you're mentioning it now.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't think a lot of our listeners are interested in women's football at that level, unless it's Jamaica.
For real?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Like how you are supposed to support Arsenal. You know, mention it, I can imagine.
No, I'm not a follower of the
I want to
women's.
congratulate the ladies, man. For real, man. Second Champions League. I think we're the only English team to ever win that thing. Yeah, but from them slap with Leon, you know. I'm like, yo, they look like something gonna happen.
Yeah.
Leon, man.
Leon was the big
They lost
team.
the first leg at home to Leon, 1-0. Went on the road and
Yeah, brilliant comeback it was.
and beat them.
I saw the
man.
highlights, yes, of that one.
Yeah, man. I'm looking at early up in the season when Man City beat Barcelona. And I'm like, you know, this team might can do it, Arsenal. And they did do it. So what's going on in the basketball? Where's the series at now?
Knicks, they are down 2-1. They play game 4 tonight in Indiana. And the Thunders, they won last night to go 3-1 up.
Wow, they won?
Yeah, and
Wow.
they go back home now to try and close out to get back to the NBA Finals.
That series done. I don't know if it's done in a 5 or
That one
whatever.
definitely are done in a 5, man. Definitely.
Yeah, I think it is going to be finished, man. But New York, man, they got a chance, man. Even if they don't win the next one, they still got a chance. I think, because
it will be difficult from
they
here.
got the home court advantage. So all they need to do is just win one more in Indiana, you know.
No, you just said if they lose, you still think they have a chance. I'm saying it's going to be extremely difficult if they go 3-1 down.
Yeah, it will be difficult, but they still have a chance. I mean, the probability is less, but it's still a probability because they got the home court advantage. You get what I'm saying?
Yep.
They got Game 7 in New York, so if they could still push it to a Game 7. You get what I'm saying?
No.
You don't?
No.
If they lose,
if they lose tonight, it's done, my boss.
Just listen a second.
If they lose, no, anything is possible, you know. So I come on the radio if I say anything is possible. Any idiot can come on the radio and say anything is possible.
Yeah, especially an idiot like Franco.
No. I'm not calling you an idiot, but I'm just saying no.
Because they got Game 5 and Game 7 in New York.
You go 3-1 down to a team that is killing you pretty much in the series thus far. I don't see New York winning 3 straight games against this team of bars. Nothing will happen. They have to win tonight and turn it in a 3-game series.
If they lose tonight, right? You hearing me?
Yes.
If they lose tonight, they go home to New York for Game 5, you know. Then they come back to Indiana for Game 6. So if they could win Game 5 and win Game 6, push it to a Game 7, anything is possible. Plus, they got the home court advantage.
And what I'm saying to you is that the way how this Indiana team has been operating, this New York Knicks team will not beat them 3 games in a row. Teams hardly ever lose 3 games in a row at this level, my boss. It's rare.
Yeah, man.
Especially when there's an opportunity to close out on your home. Remember, they will go back to Indiana. They will have to travel back to Indiana for Game 6, you know. Yeah.
Yeah.
So they need to win tonight. They need to win tonight and swing back the momentum in their favor. So you win back 2 on their home floor and you get back home court advantage. Different ball game now.
My player lose from the first round, you know. I don't even care about it just because I like sports and basketball is my favorite sport. You know what I mean?
Yes.
They're different, the NFL and basketball.
You're a player Kawhi Leonard gone home first round.
Yeah, my player went home from the first round, man. So I don't even give a who won this thing, man. It don't even matter to me. Could care less. But the French Open is on, man. And man, so you see how that thing is quiet, man. Man, I miss Serena so much, man. Heal up Shelly and Serena, man. 2 of the world.
Yeah. By the way, as I mentioned, Shelly, they corrected the spelling in her name. Because it came up on the radio yesterday. They spelled the price in her name incorrectly because they renamed a road after her in Water. Yeah, so they corrected the spelling. Yeah.
Shelly should have tell them to shove that up there, you know what, but she not that type of lady.
No, not that type.
We don't need them little gratifications, yo. You know what I mean? We do our good work, man. We don't need no praises from no punk, man.
No, man, it was a nice thing to do, man.
Huh?
It was a nice thing for them to do.
Yeah,
she does a lot of.
We don't need niceness around here, man.
She does a lot of things in the community for the less fortunate, you know? She remember where she come from.
That's what I'm saying. So she don't need that stuff.
No, I'm saying it's a good thing to honor her about. What is wrong with Franco?
Man, I know all the stuff. I follow the people's irate, you know, man.
Yes.
Yeah, man. Shelly, Serena, and them, man. I know her. Why you think I love her so much? I love her for her track and field, but man, what she does off the track,
yes,
she's so fantastic. Serena too, you know.
But I don't know. I don't know a lot about her philanthropistic work. So, but Shelly,
I don't know a lot about her either too, man. But following every little thing I hear about them, man, I pay attention. That's all. I ain't more special than nobody else, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All right, man. All right, man. Y'all be good, man. I see y'all don't want to talk to me, man.
We don't want. Haven't we been talking? Man, so we don't want.
You my homie, y'all. You still my homie, Zidane. Bless up, y'all. Later, y'all. Bless up.
Your conscience, I beat you, Franco. Cause we don't say nothing, you know.
Yeah, man. I know, man. Yeah, man. Bless up, y'all. Respect, y'all. Bless up.
Big up yourself.
All right, after 35 minutes, Jamaica still leading 1-0 against Trinidad, and it's a game where Jamaica having most of the possession, creating more of the chances. So let's see if they can continue to hold them on. How we stay now, Miss B? 615-2841. We go back online. We don't. All right. New callers don't take the chance. And call now. The people must say it's hard to forget. It's not hard to forget every minute of every day. Now with the Jamaica game on, a lot of the people would normally call and watch the football. You don't blame them. So take advantage. 615-2841. What would you know, Miss B? We go back online. Hello.
Yeah, man. Orville, Zidane?
Yes.
Yeah, man. Listen, this is the first time caller who called and voted in favor of Preacher.
Yes.
Yeah, so, and the reason I give is the same reason that G-Star posited when he called the following day. Right? So, in my opinion, yes, other persons are putting it down to how he responded in the question and answer section. And yeah, though I agree that he didn't really do himself any justice to really answer the question. However, I believe that during the question and answer section, I don't think Preacher did the best at answering G-Star directly either. So the reason why I gave Preacher the edge was based on some of the statistics that he gave. And one key statistic was the one that he made mention of how elite goalkeepers, how much they contribute to World Cup winning teams. I thought that was much more central to his side of the mood, which is why I gave Preacher the edge. And for me, I don't think this G-Star should feel hard done by Preacher winning, because I think it was a really good debate. I think both gentlemen had good supporting arguments. Both gentlemen stuck to the time limits. You know, I think it was one of the better debates I've heard. I thought G-Star.
I agree.
Yeah, man, it was by far one of the better debates I've heard in recent times. I thought G-Star had a good opening statement.
Yes, he did.
But as I said, he kind of petered off as the debate went on, and I think Preacher kind of showed his experience as the debate went on as well. I think Preacher had a better closing statement, right? So I gave the edge to Preacher based on the fact that he gave up a crucial stat that was kind of beneficial to his side of the move, right?
Let me ask you something. Is debating something that you would we want the debating to go on so often, but too many of the regular callers are afraid of losing?
Well, I realized, because I thought it was a very good debate regardless of who won or who lost. But
so I'm asking if it's something that
I don't think the gap goes so far as people making it fit.
I'm asking if it's something you would be interested in.
Let me think about it.
But I want to make it sound hard, though, boy.
No, I'll think about it. But one more point as well.
Yeah.
In regards to what God was saying, I think it was more to his credit. I think it more has to do with how callers vote in general and how they think when it comes down to voting, right? Because they have their own biases, and I think it was even more evident last year when they had the voting for the Call of the Year. Now, when you look at the person who won the Call of the Year last year, majority of the persons who voted for that caller, said that half of the time the person made no sense and grumpy, but because he persistently calls to take on a particular host, right, which is why they voted for him. So it has a lot to do with it's more indicative of the voting process and how people think when they're voting, as opposed to just voting for who they think win the debate. So I think you guys probably need to have to have a different process in terms of how to vote, but I guess they want it to be as organic as possible, because people believe that this person is the Call of the Year for whatever reason. That's their choice. But to me, it didn't make any sense based on the reason that some of the persons were positive. You understand me?
Yeah, you understand. But boy, there's no way around it, because we don't want to get involved in another process.
No, man, I totally agree, which is why I like the initiative and the idea where you had a number of judges and they would contribute towards the vote.
Yeah, that right? I wasn't here today under all kind of police problems. Yeah, so I my whole focus that day was
kind of shifted.
Trying not to, not, you know what I mean? You know what I go.
Yeah, man, understood. So
that day was a very difficult day for me, brother.
Right. So
but there were judges lined up. Mm-hmm. Yeah, man.
Yeah. I thought it was a really good debate. I thought both gentlemen, had good points to support their argument, and to me it was by far one of the better debates I've heard in recent times, and I don't think
that mean a long time you listen then, man, because you would have known about the other debates.
Yeah, I would have known about some of the more recent debates, not all the other debates, but some of the more recent debates.
All right, my boss. What name you go by again?
Call me new caller.
No, man, we can't call a new caller, man. Then the next caller we call, what we'll call it.
Stefan, I mean, Stefan.
Stefan, all right. Yeah, man. You work with Stefan. All right, Stefan, another brand new second answer. We'd have one new caller, and you could call him a new caller-ish, although he calling to vote, but not really to call. So we've had two. So maybe those are what will make the program for the day. People who have never called seriously before, and always say the program difficult because the regulars were on. So maybe today is your day. 615-2841. We'll take the break and we're coming right back.
It's now time for Sports in a Minute, sponsored by Edgechem, Western Sports, Megamart, Spectrum Insurance Brokers, D'Angelo Auto Spares and Accessories Limited, and Fosrich.
Manchester United have met the terms of Matthias Cunha's $62.5 million release clause and been given permission by Wool to speak to the Brazilian forward. Wolves earlier rejected United's proposal to pay the fee over 5 years. United will be required to pay the full fee for the 26-year-old in 3 installments over a 2-year period. They now have permission to conclude a deal with Cunha and set up a medical, with the transfer expected to be completed quickly. Cunha has made 92 appearances since his arrival at Wolves, initially on loan from Atletico Madrid in January 2023, and scored 33 goals for the club. And that's your Sports in a Minute.
Sports in a Minute was sponsored by Edgechem, changing lives 1 gallon at a time. Western Sports, the sports people. Megamart, best value by far. Spectrum Insurance Brokers, setting the industry standard. D'Angelo Auto Spares and Accessories Limited at 20 Balmoral Avenue, Kingston 10, and shop number 10, 1A Chapelton Road. Call 876-929-9146. And Fosrich.
Listen up, Jamaica. At Fosrich, everybody's getting a solar water heater. $20,000 deposit. 6 months to pay. What a deal. Fosrich Financing.
Are you ready for something mega? Spend $6,500 or more before GCT. Drop your entry in the box and you can win a 2025 Hyundai Tucson. It's the Mega Wheels 2 promotion. April 5th to September 28th. Second prize, a $50,000 shopping spree every month for a year. Third prize, a $30,000 shopping spree every month for a year. Brought to you by Hyundai, Redstone, Heineken, True Milk, Brinks, Walker's Wood, Downing, CPJ Daiquiri, and Carryburst. Choose Concentrate. Only at Megamart. Locations island-wide. Megamart. Best value by far. Authorized under Section 58.3 of the Rating Gaming and Lawyers Act.
Greetings to you listeners. This is Reverend Ryan A. Gordon, Senior Pastor of the Broken Vessels Healing and Deliverance Ministries, located at 120 Main Street, Pineapple, Ocheria, St. Anne, Jamaica, West Indies. Join me every Sunday morning at 8:30 a.m. inside the Kingdom Lifestyle Radio Show with Brother Frisco. Join me for a word in time. You cannot afford to miss this powerful word every Sunday morning on this station.
It's all right.
You're listening to Jamaica's first and number one daytime sports calling show, The Sports Desk.
What are the interesting things in another Jamaica game here is Chambers start ahead of what's name? Shaquan Davis from Mount Pleasant. But now in national colors is Davis Akeem. So both Mount Pleasant and Jamaica apparently have different ideas and the quality of them two keeper. Yeah. Two from the same camp. One starts for Jamaica and the other one starts for Mount Pleasant. Quite interesting if you ask me. I don't know if that is something that you see regularly, especially with goalkeepers. Usually it is quite well established who the better one is at the national level. But we go back online. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah, how are you doing?
Well, not too bad, who is?
This is not a new caller, but this is a old time listener, but don't call the program regular at all. Probably 10 years ago is the last time I called.
I love it. So 3 new people back to back who are either brand new or brand new second hand. Maybe it's your
Brand
day
new
today.
second hand.
Brand new second hand.
All right.
Yeah.
So I want to contribute to the argument in relation to the eras, right?
Yeah.
And I think that we have to take into context the fact that a lot has changed over time, right?
What name do we give you, by the way?
You can call me BG.
All right, BG. Floor is yours.
All right. So, yeah, man. So I do believe that a John Stockton, if you took him and put him into this era, a lot would change for him. He would undergo different training because the same physical person, you know, the body of man has not changed over time. It's the same bodies we're talking about. But what has changed is the technology that has been applied to training and the rigor and those things. So I do believe if you took a John Stockton out of that era, given the skills that he had, and you put him into this era, he would perform at a different level because he would be required to. And he would undergo different training and different techniques and those kind of things in order to put him to another level of play. Right? And similarly would apply to Patrick Ewing and Hakeem Olajuwon and all those players. Take them and put them in this era, I believe that they would play a lot better. So I do believe you could in fact compare the eras of the players. I don't think though you could take a player from that era and compare his skill against this era. You have to look more at the statistics and see how they apply themselves, given the circumstances they were in.
I believe that skill-wise, John Stockton is one that could match a lot of the players now.
Yeah.
I believe that Hakeem Olajuwon is one of the skilled players back then who could match the centers now, but not Patrick Ewing though.
Well, I think that if you took Patrick Ewing and give him the technology that is available today, and you trained him and showed him video and apply and put him in the gym to work, you may find that it's a different Patrick Ewing than you saw 20 years ago or 25 years ago.
I doubt it, but I hear you.
Well, I'm not sure.
Well, Hakeem Olajuwon definitely showed enough to say that, listen, put me anywhere, any era. I have the skills, I have the footworks, I have the moves, I have all of it. You have shown that. Not just sure about you.
Yeah. Well, I just think that we need to take a little more into consideration when we're looking at the eras, because there's a lot more to it. Cricket, for example, okay? West Indies used to dominate cricket, right? When the eras changed and technology came into play with a lot of the cricketers, some of the cricketers weren't necessarily playing better than us, you know, but guess what? We never had any academies and those kind of things. We never had the video, we never had the technology. So McGraw run up the ball against Lara, he watched 300 video on Lara. So him say, all right, here's the plan. I just come ball right outside the off stump. That's all him do.
No, Sam, I think it's as simple as that, because Lara also would have had the opportunity to watch videos on McGrath.
Yeah, but I don't think the West Indies Cricket Board had as much technology in their favor as the other places and as much resources.
We never had the resources that England had when we had them 5 low.
But I don't think the technology was in play as much at that time. I never have the benefit of review and you never had the benefit of reviewing film and those kind of things that they had then.
So you think the real reason why the West Indies is not doing as well is because of the use of technology?
No, I think there was a point in time. I think there was a point in time when the players' skills matched, but West Indies was being beaten because they were not.
When the players' skills matched?
Resources.
Not sure what you mean by that.
We had players. You look at them on paper and you put them on paper and you put them on the field and you say, man, this West Indies team should do well.
Yeah, man, but when you had the players on the field and said we should do well, we were doing well.
No, we had some that when there was a time when we had some players that we said, boy, these players should be doing well, and when you put them on the field, it's the same mistakes they're making over and over and over.
No, well, the players that didn't do well, by and large, are players that I didn't expect to do well.
I hear you.
The ones that you hope rather than expect.
Possibly. Because we were counting on the skill of the player at that time.
Yeah, we couldn't put on with Pat on the West Indies and say they're going to do well in the last 20, 30 years.
No, definitely not.
If they did, we sing with Sankey and say with prayers. Yeah.
But I do believe that the game of basketball has changed back to that point.
Yeah.
And therefore, there's a little more involved in assessing eras for players and how well they would play. And sometimes I think the era argument is not necessarily good anyway, because things and times have changed. And therefore, maybe we shouldn't be comparing eras, to be honest.
But
we should leave that era.
Here's my thing about eras, though, because it's a natural thing to compare things, even outside of sports.
It is.
We compare our phones. Aren't cell phones? Are you saying we can't compare phones now to what cell phones were when them just make?
Definitely not.
Can't we compare cars to when them just make? You can. I'm not one of those who say you can't compare.
All right. What should you be comparing, though?
It's just how you compare.
All right. So maybe the basis on which you compare is different.
Right. So you can, but you must understand the dynamics in which you are comparing.
So therefore, to correct my statement then, you can compare.
Yes.
You just have to ensure that the basis on which you're doing the comparison
is fair.
Is equitable across the board.
Because we can say the car them in the 50s were probably stronger than now, but the car them now faster. So it depends on where you compare. You know what I mean?
Depending on what you compare.
Or what you compare. But you can.
Exactly. You can.
Yeah, man.
So as I said, it doesn't matter that the basis on which you compare them has to be equitable across the board. Yeah.
All right, but you sound like somebody who shouldn't wait 10 years to call, man.
Sometimes it's the time and sometimes it's to get through on the phone. But
I understand.
Most time, I like to listen.
We want as wider participation as we can. And today, because of some reason, we are getting more people who has never called before or we not called a long time. We appreciate it.
And that's always a good thing.
Blessed, my boss.
Yeah, man. Bless up. Cool. All right, Zidane.
All right, big up. Thanks for the call.
Yeah, man. Cool. Yeah, man.
All right, so we can call it new callers there, Miss B. Them coming in one behind one another, Coming in hot. All right, make we see. Do we have somebody now? Yeah, make we see whether old, new, brand new or new. Hello?
Hello?
Yeah.
Good on.
Good afternoon.
Orville.
Yeah, man.
Afternoon.
Who did?
Assassin here, man.
Who?
Been a while.
Yeah, good afternoon, Assassin.
Assassin.
Been a while, man. Been a while.
It has been a little while, yeah.
I started tuning into the program back. Was it yesterday?
Mm-hmm.
The debate with Prisha and
G-Star.
Who voted for that in that debate? Carlos?
Yes.
Or you had a panel?
It was callers only.
Okay, just a second. I mean, I hear this belly grind, but
yes,
if it is that is some of his closest friends, not he lost it.
Yeah, that's the reality. Some of the people who he thinks are bright, intelligent people, they all tell him that they thought he got edged out by a preacher.
Right, and I put it right because I heard somebody, I didn't hear. Somebody said today, and those are the best of the debate. So
yes.
I don't know why it would be. He sounded a bit strong yesterday.
Yes, he did. He sounded out of character yesterday.
Yeah, and if the debate is only the better debate, and I don't know why it would sound that way. But
yeah,
that's how it goes. That's it. No? Where do you think we lost Arsenal? Where do you think we fell down this year?
All those because everybody gets injuries, but I'm talking about the instant where we had like 4 first team attacking players forward out for 6 weeks one time. Yeah. We had no chance after that again. We were always going to struggle to get multiple goals in games, and so I think that affected us. So
I believe that affected us, but the old Arsenal who, and I want to fix it this year, who still don't go in the market and get a proper forward. It's a carryover. We need a proper forward, man. You realize nobody got 10 goals this year?
Yeah, well,
Although Havertz in the
Havertz missed what, 3 months?
Yeah.
Yeah, he would have gotten to double figures. Remember, as I said before, we have the crisis up front, So all of those people, I'm sure, what's his name? Saka would have gotten double figures if he didn't have that long layoff. So, yeah. But I agree with you that we need that world class man in the middle.
Yeah, we need that pivot up there.
We need the situation where we're struggling to break down a team. We can just whip some bars in the box and we have somebody prolific and latch onto these crosses and finish them. Our Muslim way through. You want that dynamic. I agree with you.
That's why disappointed, but Arsenal forever.
What question? What we going to do about our creative midfield? Because Odegaard never had a spectacular season. I really don't have any backup for him,
Because that's true. Because
that may be a problem as well.
That's a problem as well.
Yeah.
And then I think the selling party, and he was one of the better holding midfielders
in the entire in the whole European leagues this season.
Right.
Yes.
And he's going not. I hope they're going to market.
Well, we're not sure yet. We're not sure yet because remember the Italian Giorgino is going to leave. I know they're going to acquire the player from the Real Sociedad, but you still need that extra. And remember, Partey can play. He's a very versatile player, so I think they should try their best to keep him.
I think so too.
Because I prefer Rice as a box-to-box midfielder. I think Rice, while he can do well defensive mid, I think he offers a lot more when he's at the free role to go forward. So I wouldn't want him to be one of the players that have in mind to be a central defensive mid. I don't want that.
Yeah, that's true.
So they must try and keep Partey. Yes.
Quickly though, I'm looking at the Jamaica man. This number 70. Who? Think he look like he playing forward?
Yes.
This brown guy is a new person.
Yeah, man, very new. I think he plays. So, which one of the English Championship teams he play for? One of the lower divisions. Yeah, he look lively.
No, I'm not impressed so far.
You're not impressed? Borrell him name.
I'm not impressed so far, but it's early days.
Yeah.
Early days, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
Can him look not that sharp.
Not that sharp at all. You see lack of playing time can hurt you, man. Yeah, it doesn't look sharp.
Continue watching the match to see how we, because after Trinidad getting in their hole.
Yeah, man. The last 10 minutes they look okay, Trinidad, and they created a few openings.
Our left back.
He's missing, man. I was gonna make the point. When they went down and I made that cross, I was saying, boy, the left back Belson, he out of position quite often in this contest.
Who is that?
It's Bell. It's a Mario Bell.
Well, we gotta get to that Bell and
yeah, we need a left back, we need a left back.
Real man. He's out of place. The man is almost getting the ball. That's probably because he's not cutting and shoot on the left foot. I don't know who's playing on the right foot, but Bell is out of place most of the time. But
yes, correct.
Let's hope they can play better in the second half.
Put away the game.
Right here, man. So we look better without the big name players. But this is a Trinidad team that is not offering a lot. But we do look like we want to bounce it and pass and look like a bit more aggressive than now.
That's true. Casey don't look bad in the middle. Our name Hayden.
No, granted, this Trinidad team now to offer a lot. So maybe that's why we can keep coming.
Yeah.
All right, but that's it, my boss. We'll talk again.
All right, Assassin. Respect. Big up. I will take a break. We're coming.
Visit the carpet store at 18 Dumbarton Avenue for your durable, stylish carpet tiles. Designed to withstand heavy foot traffic and spills. It's simple to install, remove, clean, and maintain. The soft cushioned surface, texture, and myriad colors add that dimension of comfort. A variety of patterns create the perfect solution for your space. Call 876-649-0174. The Carpet Store at 18 Dumbarton Avenue for your carpet tiles, because you deserve the best.
For financial news and the latest developments in the business community and economy, Financially Speaking is the top choice. Join me, your host Errol Gregory, Mondays and Wednesdays at 12:30 p.m. as we look at current economic issues, provide small business tips, and help you to build your business and portfolio. That's Financially Speaking, sponsored by Jamaica Stock Exchange, JSC Online Trading.
Greetings to you listeners. This is Reverend Ryan A. Gordon, Senior Pastor of the Broken Vessels Healing and Deliverance Ministries, located at 120 Main Street, Pineapple, Ocheria, St. Anne, Jamaica, West Indies. Join me every Sunday morning at 8:30 a.m. inside the Kingdom Lifestyle Radio Show with Brother Frisco. Join me for a word in time. You cannot afford to miss this powerful word every Sunday morning on this station.
It's all right.
Are you interested in working in media? Well, this may very well be your chance. Omega Radio is seeking persons to fill the positions of receptionist, traffic coordinator, accountant, and sales executives. If you think you have the right attitude and the drive to be a part of this team, then WhatsApp or call 876-204-9356 or email us at omegaradio@theomegachurch.com.
You're listening to Jamaica's first and number one daytime sports calling show, The Sports Desk.
All right, then, welcome back, and we go straight back online. Hello.
Afternoon.
Afternoon.
Yeah.
Who's this again?
Me to tell you, you for know Orville. This is your nemesis, young man, I kick your butt. Ha, ha, ha.
Is it with this again?
Oh, you're not going to know the voice. Original caller from Bumpy Time. This is the village idiot.
The village idiot. But I mean, remember you at
you're not going to remember. True, man. Man, the man we poor road now, I remember. The man is stepping in.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, me a call to make a note still.
Huh?
Me not two thing there, you know. Me the original listener and used to be a frequent caller from back then, but boy, I don't know. To be very honest, I find the show a lot like something I lose its salt, and I lose its flavor. Right now, I understand say every man is a man, you know, and I have another thing there. And I realize I must be very honest, say, without stirring up anything, still say other people from other spheres been, you know, really piggybacking upon you people by and large, you know, and my thing there. I'm not really countenance where I go on in a positive way, you know, and I see a lot of egos at play. Right now, Zidane, I want to tell you, for the longest while I've been listening, you know, and I haven't called in a long time, but I listen from time to time. You know, I want to take you on an issue from way back, Virgin.
Mm-hmm.
This, what's his name? Oh, Craig Butler issue. Virgin, you know, sir, from 2018, you know, the man carry up in place, you know, I'm carrying a Zidane and bamboozle, you know. And from them time they start to real Leon Bailey a world class and one of the greatest things in sliced bread and a Ray and a go on like you some matrix.
Yeah, but
where people use for evaluate and assess.
No, call him. But remember,
you're just one man with an opinion like all of we.
No, but hold on, Carla, man. Then Leon Bailey went to Genk and played the Europa League and did extremely well. And hold on, no, man. So, but that nonsense with what Craig Butler would have said to me, though. I saw Leon Bailey doing that. Then he was acquired by Leverkusen. That is now Leon Bailey being in one of the top 5 leagues in Europe.
I don't know why the phone a break up.
Now, I'm saying then after Genk, he went to Bayer Leverkusen in Germany. And German league is one of the top 5 leagues in Europe. And he went to Bayer Leverkusen and did exceptionally well. So I'm saying that is Leon Bailey performing at a high level.
No,
that is not Craig Butler talking Leon Bailey. Yeah.
It's different from something that is inbuilt in a Virgin. A man having exposure to certain things and really make him that, you know.
No, but I'm not talking about him being exposed. No, Carla. Hold on, Carla, man.
Yeah,
I'm saying he performed very well. So I'm saying when I used to hype him, it was not about what was told to me about him. It's what I saw him doing.
When was doing at the time, Bridget?
Yes, he was brilliant at the time.
What was him tell you? When him there again, what goal him score again?
Well, remember, he's not an out-and-out striker, but didn't he make team of the year for the Europa League? That is not Jamaicans really does that. You know any other Jamaican who achieve that?
Nothing like that. Anyway, when I said to you, what was him thing that when him got let by length goes, what was his record, Bridget?
Well, he was brilliant. That's the reason why Aston Villa came calling. And he made team of the season in Germany as well.
Yes.
With a lot of world-class players from all across the world there.
Hear me?
You're struggling, no,
no, man, you're not giving me a chance to say nothing, Bridget. What you feel like? When I said to you, Bridget, it's a farm, it's temporary, and class is permanent. Him have a little period where him go through a little purple patch and you come real like him are the greatest thing since sliced bread. Wait there.
I real like he was the greatest thing since sliced bread.
That what you mean?
No, sir.
You build a shrine and want people every opportunity you get you encourage everybody to come worship at the shrine.
Me, I encourage.
have some little people who have 5 brain cells like myself on the radio that turn and twist them like I mean used to kick on ass and I remember me.
What's the language? What's the language?
So who you rate? Who you rate high?
Me no want for going at that, Bridget, because here you know the man just a tell you say but you just a tell him saying a rate you win. You just make him know saying a rate you win and you think so Elijah one of that thing there.
Yeah.
Right? And all that way you talk about this are based on clips.
Clips?
But at the same time, yes.
No man, I saw you in play live, my boss, many times.
You saw what?
I saw Patrick you in playing live many times.
Where is Zidane?
No on TV, my boss.
And all clip, Bridget.
But not clips, my boss. Clips are some 5 minutes and 3 minutes thing, my boss. I'm talking about full games.
All right. So you watch some old thing there. All right. But when I say when it comes to other issues, on a pick things like all over thing that now you tell man, but boy, I never see Pele. So I can't say anything because I never see him.
Yeah,
you see them play there.
No, but Pele played in it.
No. Blink on and off like pepper line.
So you're saying the clips, the full tapes are available for Pele from the 50s coming up? In club football and so on? No.
Virgin, hear what I say. You need to think there. So now asking new callers.
Yes.
You just need to know and just look. I tell you out here as an objective person. Me's a man, I like the program from thing there. Right? I like the band and the way and what have you. But here we are going. You need on a style the listeners them all the while, you know. I don't know if it's a subconscious thing, if it's inbuilt that you know they have not see it. If you know they have not realized, because even the caller they say call him to face an idiot, you know.
Who that?
The caller where they make the call about the basket.
I call somebody an idiot today.
Tell the man to him face any idiot can say that.
No man, that's that's an expression, man.
Yeah,
no man, I was
the street, but you not tell me
I wasn't calling the man an idiot, my boss.
Oh boy.
I was trying to tell him no that him not
easily inferred. It can be easily inferred.
All right, my boss.
That's what you did. So you have to just the thing there.
No, sir.
Right? Yeah, when I said to you now, the Arsenal thing. You're not to impose a bias on people, you know.
Man, say me bias on Arsenal.
Frank and I asked you about the women's game, and hear your thing there. Tell the man say you fall down the bridge and a man up. You gotta tell the man
I fell down.
You don't think it's from the weekend. So you don't think it is interest.
No, but I also told him that
don't do that.
No, but the callers generally not interested in women's football.
No, man, don't do that, bridge. You don't know what people are interested in.
No, I'm saying. Oh, you mean I don't know? Oh, you mean I don't know?
And as the game
let me ask you. Hold on.
Hold
on, caller. You're talking nonsense on the radio, my boss. Because I have never come here and mentioned Casey winning any hockey competition. So if a man call me and say, Zidane, did you mention Casey winning the hockey championship?
Why yes. You going down there?
Give me a chance to me, boss. I'm going to make you understand this basic point, my boss. I'm saying to you the reason why I would not mention Casey winning the hockey championship, even though I would mention Casey winning the Money Cup or Champs or cricket, is because I know for a fact that far more Jamaicans are interested in
Those are
hearing.
more popular
Get
sports.
yes,
but
and so I'm saying to you, Jamaicans are not really interested. Not even them own woman, them interested in that. The only reason why we start that with women football now is because we jump on the bandwagon of them qualifying for 2 World Cup back to back. We never used to really, we really used to discuss it.
People, I think every day people out there and new things are being introduced and people seeing things. These things is not, they're not stationary, you know. This thing is going in, more and more people are.
Let me ask you a question. Who is the centre half for the Arsenal men's team? You know?
Yeah, man, Zidane.
Answer my question. Answer my question, my boss.
Yeah, my man. Me tell you, say you must see a red flag. Me not charge off for them.
Who is the French guy that plays centre half for Arsenal men's team?
That is neither here nor there.
Answer my question, my boss, man.
Tomorrow. That me I said to you.
Why you don't want to answer the question? Why you don't want to answer the question? Why you don't want to answer the question?
Because it's not relevant, Virgin.
You're afraid of me.
To where we are discussing.
It is.
So where you feel like you can show up a red herring and get me going.
No, man, it is.
How you feel like? You feel like the 5 brain cell people.
No, I'm just asking you.
Here and there, I've like a dog with a rag doll.
I'm just asking you a simple question. Who is this French?
You can't ask me that, Virgin. You have to ask me something pertinent.
Who is the French guy who plays centre? All right. All right, my boss. Big up yourself. Call us again. Glad to have you back. Call us again.
We'll take the break. We're coming back.
Go straight to Western Sports for all your track and field needs, like spikes, high jump equipment, throwing implements, hurdles, not to mention your team tracksuits, running tights, vests, and shorts. The time by Western Sports, the sports people, is
3 o'clock.
Praise the Lord. Greetings and salutations to all of our wonderful, wonderful friends all over Jamaica. Listen, this is Dr. John Wayne Manning from Omega Church and Omega Radio. It has always been my dream to establish community work here in Jamaica. Television, church, humanitarian work here in Jamaica. And as you know, we have been doing the radio since 2022. The time has come that we're calling all helper, kingdom-minded citizens, putting together this team in Jamaica. We're looking for helpers, kingdom-minded helpers, from hospitality, humanitarian, administration, coordination, media for television and radio production. If you're looking for more and you'd like to be a part of this team from Omega Center, Jamaica, I'd like you to give me a call. 876-204-9356. If you'd like to do more, serve more. This is for serious leaders that really, really want to make an impact in the life of our fellow Jamaicans for the Lord Jesus Christ. Text me at that line, and a member of my US team or European team will reach out back to you. Thank you, and God bless you. I hope you're ready to serve. Text me at 876-204-9356. A member of my team will reach out to you expeditiously to expedite this help. Omega Center Jamaica, local team invitation. Be a part of it. Let's change Jamaica and make Jamaica great again.
Down on my knees, on my knees, I've learned to stay.
You're listening to Jamaica's first and number 1 daytime sports calling show, The Sports Desk.
All right, so time for music number 2. Brought to you by Edge Campaigns for People Who Dream in Color. Just let it run, Miss B. No, they give him the thing. Yeah, there we go. Christopher Martin. Goodness of God.
God is good. Yes, man. Yes, he is good. Yeah, and just want to thank you so much for doing it. Yeah.
I love you, Lord,
For your mercy never fails me. All my day, I've been held in your hand. From the moment that I wake up until I lay my head, oh, I will sing of the goodness of God. All my life you have been faithful, and all my life you have been so good. Yes, every breath that I am able, oh, I will sing of the goodness of God. You know I love your voice. Oh, you have led me through the fire in darkest night. You are close like no other. You know I've known you as a father. You know I've known you as a friend. And I have lived the goodness of God. Whoa, all my life you have been faithful. All my life you have been so good and so good. Every breath that I am able, oh, I will sing of the goodness of God. Ooh, yeah. Your goodness is running after, it's running after me. Your goodness is running after, it's running after me. With my life laid down, I surrender now. I give you everything, oh Lord. Your goodness is running after, it's running after me. Come and sing it.
Full thing, you know. Wake me up in the morning. From there, so now I can't tell God great and good.
Running it down, oh, your goodness, it's running after me. With my life laid down, I surrender now. I give you everything. Oh, your goodness is running after, it's running after me. Oh, all my life you have been faithful. All my life you've been faithful to me. All my life you have been so good to me, Lord. Every breath that I will sing of the goodness of God. Oh, I will sing of the goodness of God. Oh, I will sing of the goodness of God. You know I sing for you, Jesus. You know I sing for you, Lord.
Christopher Martin with one that says the goodness of God. Them tune here must be, me see almost out for catching a spirit, auntie. Boy, the more me hear them tune here, I don't know. I don't know what is happening to me in my advancing years on this place. About more and more than song here, I take on special significance. You know what I mean? Probably it's a good thing. How is Tino? We go back online. Hello.
Watch this.
Yes, man. Who is QC? QC.
Where
I say? QC.
Hey, that man, they are calling me laugh. I will laugh. Man, me not even walk out. Me and man, the Craig Butler say about Zidane. That boy, man, no boy.
Well, Craig Butler did. I was in his vehicle for true. I'm go by me yard for true. We talk some football.
So that's why you give 25% alien based development. Orville.
Yes.
Hey, me I drive on me. I did me. I say that man have Zidane file.
Okay.
He call like him carry Zidane. I must stop. Yeah, Orville.
No, but you know, I said it on the radio though. So maybe me hear it.
I know know.
Yeah.
No, me know. I tell me,
Yeah, man, me know.
Yo, Alvin, me look on Narayan.
Yeah.
What do you think about Narayan? When me know him now bowl medium pace like a Bravo bowl. But in terms of a West Indian, you know, so the man ranks far in a T20 cricket better as a all rounder.
Yeah, why am I wrong?
He's not that. I'm tell you something what the man do better. Me never know just the man dangerous. The man play 485 match. The man make 4,221 runs. At a strike rate of 115.
And an average.
522 wickets, you know.
And an average of what? What's his batting average?
That one of batting average, man.
No, you know, can always have a high strike rate if a 3 and 4 you make, man. You have to tell him much.
No, but watch out. 42 man. 42 batsman. Make 2,000. Make over 2,000 runs. In the power play. Right? Hold on. 42 batters have scored 2,000 runs in the first 6 overs of T20 innings since the start of the inception. Narayan, one of them, you know?
Yeah, because Narayan come up at the top and liquid 2 balls.
Yeah, but me I say, fair man score 2,000 runs.
So why you not tell me what his average is though?
No, because in the there, so.
Him not there, so?
Yeah. No, it's in the police something me I read.
Oh, well, me can't find out him average. If you want Narayan useful up at the top of the order, nobody not go argue that.
Yeah, but in a bowling, me call them all round performance. But well, you know, so them can't play him in a bowling. But me never realize I know say him have so much use. Him man make 100.
Yeah, man, him up at the top, the man, him lick it, him clean, and him is not the sub indiscriminate swiper. Him essentials are fairly sound. So if you're arguing that him useful as a top order slugger, I wouldn't argue with that.
Well, how them rank him still, you understand me I say?
Yeah.
But I think what you think about the T20 squad? Let me send to you.
I wonder why Roughman not in there.
Yeah, man said him a go somebody in a park go strike, you know.
Really?
Sammy coming up.
Go strike when?
Me don't know when or how, you know. Me don't know him can go right. I look for which part them a warm up. right and right.
Which day them are plan for strike?
Well, it's a one man thing, you know. We don't know. No.
Okay.
But the kind of hard to see in the squad, yeah. I hope I'm not in final. This I don't know if it's a summit test run or it's a World Cup qualifying collegian squad him a look in put together. I don't know why I'm intention, I don't know why I'm plan, but that's really what I'm like that, even if I'm not captain inside.
I agree.
So I kind of have a challenge. We can have a challenge with that.
All right.
So yeah, man, I really something still that man they pull me off a car still. Man, what's his name?
Village. What's say again?
Village idiot.
Yeah, village idiot.
Village idiot.
Yeah.
Man, some used to beat me up one time, but me genuinely don't remember that man still.
Well, from bumpy time, so a long time.
Yeah, good while that.
So we go for the Sylvia, man.
Yeah, man, we're pulling out a lot of people who never used to call or would call a long time, man. Now that's a good thing.
Not good still.
Trinidad pulled back one. It's now 2-1 after 64 minutes in favor of Jamaica. We were 2-0 up. All right, cool, QC. Very ordinary defending, and now a man get a shot. Just on top of the baby, what them call it, the baby box, and now it's 2-1. How we stay now? 615-2841. That is the number. 615-2841. Can we look at a few texts then in the meantime? All right, here we are. Give me the sound. Yeah.
Text message. It's now time for text messages on the sports desk.
All right, Zidane, how can you be credible as an analyst whenever comparison you make is always era bias?
All right, so let me repeat. Magic Johnson, Michael Jordan, Larry Bird, Hakeem Olajuwon, I have them among the 15 greatest basketball players of all time.
All right. Baggio now says, am I hearing right? Did Orville just compare cars and phones to humans? The last time I checked, cars and machines and phone is technology. How you make that comparison to human, I'm lost. All I'm saying, you can make the comparison with cars, so you can make the comparison with humans. Me not understand. Can we make the comparison as to which footballer is better than which footballer? We play 50 years apart. If we can't do that, then we can't compare cars that are 50 years apart. Carl is sure, I'll explain. When you are comparing cars and phones, Euclid, it's quite obvious than comparing a group of people. I don't know, some people go and tell us that the cars in the 60s were stronger, more resilient, probably weren't as fast. So it depends on what you're comparing for. Remember, a lot of old-time people tell us, say, for them days, things were better than now. They were better this and better that and better that, but they are comparing. And from the minute you said it, they are better. They were the best. You are comparing. So you can't compare in all facets of life, man. The people in the 80s used to say them time the dance hall was better than what it is now. Your people compare every day. That's what people do. Good afternoon. What is it that makes Zidane feel Ewing couldn't play center in this era? If you don't rate a player, say that, but just don't make broad statements. Ewing is one of the best center to play the game, and don't tell me about 3-point shooting, because that is not the role of a center.
Yeah, but I never said he couldn't play center now. I think he would be a pretty good center. I just don't think he would be an all-time great if he was playing now. That's all I'm saying.
We'll take the break. We're coming back.
Set the trend, set the trend.
The Trend-Setting Sports Desk, Mondays to Fridays, 1 to 4 p.m., is Jamaica's #1 call-in sports program. Join me, Orville Higgins, and me, Christopher Zidane Matthews, as we continue to take call-in sports discussions to the highest levels on radio. The Sports Desk, Mondays to Fridays, 1 to 4 p.m., on Jamaica's #1 sports radio station. The hour between 3 and 4 p.m. is sponsored by Western Sports, the sports people, with locations in Kingston, Ocho Rios, and Montego Bay.
For financial news and the latest developments in the business community and economy, Financially Speaking is the top choice. Join me, your host Errol Gregory, Mondays and Wednesdays at 12:30 p.m. as we look at current economic issues, provide small business tips, and help you to build your business and portfolio. That's Financially Speaking, sponsored by Jamaica Stock Exchange, JSE Online Trading.
Something good. Hey, joins me, Jermaine Morgan, popular known as Brother Frisco, on Omega Radio Thursdays and Fridays from 5 p.m. through to 9 inside the Praise the Lord show, and Saturdays and Sunday morning from 6 a.m. through to 10 a.m. inside the Kingdom Lifestyle Radio show. Tune in and be blessed. You can't afford to miss this show with Brother Frisco on your radio. What you gotta
You're listening to Jamaica's first and #1 daytime sports calling show, The Sports Desk.
All right, and then so it's now 2-2. I've been gone 2-0 up. They've got an equalizer. Ravel Morrison is now on the field. Let's see if he can help. A free kick hit the post. It hit the foot of Shaquan Davis and fell favorably in the path of the oncoming player who headed home into an empty net. So the Jamaican defense didn't react quickly enough after the free kick was struck. So disappointing defending. So I guess the persons who were saying that they look better without the big players, I think they're saying something different now, because I don't think the big team would concede 2 goals against the Trinidad team.
There we go. There we go. All right. We go back online. Hello.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yes.
Yeah, this is about my third time calling, but
another newish, brand newish, second-handish. Yeah.
Yeah, in a sense.
Yes, wonderful. Thanks for calling.
Yeah, I will. The cricket, we want to discuss a little bit about the cricket. Tell me something. Coaches in the heydays of cricket, were there much that of importance
No.
As how as the coaches have particular role now
No,
in terms of
no. The coaches had a. You mean at the top level, international level?
yeah, at the international, even when West Indies was at the top of them game.
No, man. Coaching is a thing we introduced in a test cricket fairly late in the day.
Right.
Like maybe late 80s or mid 80s or something. But
yeah, but
by and
even
large,
if
the captain used to run the
right,
show.
but the point I'm trying to make, Orville, even if it was introduced late 80s, West Indies never really have a coach per se, even in the late 80s, you know.
No, I'm saying it wasn't only the West Indies who never had a coach. To travel with a coach for test cricket teams is as far as the history of cricket concerned, a fairly recent phenomenon.
Okay.
So you wouldn't find traveling coaches like in the 50s and 60s and
okay.
And them.
But so when somebody appoint a coach, is it to improve the team in the batting
if you improve the team all around,
whosoever would be the coach of any one of the eras?
No man, the coach is there to improve the team, batting, bowling, fielding, everything.
Yeah, but when you have a coach, the type of coach that I see get the job for West Indies cricket, it's not anybody who I think can improve West Indies cricket overall, because even when they were even playing as a player, they're never good. So
no man, but you're not to be a good player, to be a good coach, you know.
Oh, so in other words, what you're saying, when you go and get the
no man, Glenn
towards a coach.
Me sure know if you are run against Glenn, me sure know if me and Glenn Mills are run now, you can't reach up so before me.
Well, that's a true still, but
and Glenn Mills are one of the greatest sprint coaches in the history of the thing.
Yeah, because
Stephen Francis as well. If you line up me and Glenn and Stephen Francis for run 100 meters, one of them will come second and one of them will come third.
Okay.
Yeah. So you don't have to be able to do the thing to be able to coach the team.
Yeah, my opinion, is coaching right now coming like it's just a job, you know.
Yeah, they're not job.
Like it's a job where whosoever be favorite for the West Indies cricket board to get it and get a job.
Yeah, but you're going to have a coach, you know. Since coaches are now part and parcel of international cricket, so we cannot not have a coach. But but what difference a coach going to make at test cricket level? Not a lot. Coach can move the needle a little bit, but if you want us to get back to where we were, I know coaching, I know international coaching, I got to
because me used to very inclined with cricket back in the 80s. Right now, I can't even tell a 3 player who is on the West Indies team right now, apart from probably John Campbell, Jamaican, or the player that were recently lost a job as a captain.
Yeah,
but back in the days, the cupboard gets so bare.
Yeah, man.
And we were spoiled by having all of them talent there that used to just come behind one another. Because I remember when all Ralston after them and Delroy Mag and them in them days, I couldn't get in a West Indies team as a result, you know, and if you now make 500 runs or more in a domestic competition, you can't knock on the door for going to West Indies team, you know.
Yeah, man, the level them time was different.
Very high. Was very high. And me feel like say West Indies Cricket Board really dropped the ball in terms of harnessing those talent and
which talent?
And interest in the game, so to speak, among the younger generation.
So you blame the West Indies Board for the fact that the youngsters not interested again?
Yeah, you have some blame for getting them, my boss. You have some blame for getting. You have some of the blame for getting. And the reason why I say that, if you are the management of the cricket, you need to pump some money into
more money in a cricket now than ever before, man. More people, more youth make bigger money out of cricket than 30 years ago, you know. So the money at the
But Orville, the youth them we are make money now, you know. the youth and we make the money now. It's not that the money never did a long time. You know?
No man,
It's
no
always
man.
there.
No, big man, Mr. Not do that to yourself. International West Indies cricketers now I get rich quicker than I've ever charged them time. By playing different kind of cricket. From T20 to one day to test. The remunerations are greater. Even a youth when I play test cricket, even though even play for West Indies, the amount of money they can make now from those do road and play the little T20 thing them far greater than in a give them time.
So
what first class cricketers are being paid now? Just to play for Jamaica. Man, I get contract for play for Jamaica. When no work, all year round in and retain a contract,
Yes.
Players in the 70s used to have a job, big man. Now your job is international, is Jamaica first class cricketer. So and the money at the motivation.
So where you think the breakdown come from?
The loss.
We can so the cupboard can sow beer.
Boy, if you listen to this program, you know exactly what my word are going to be. Tell me what you think of the word. Start with P. 7 letters. That guy. So the money, my boss. But the passion does not there. You understand the cricket.
The passion gone.
Simple. What a first class cricketer make right now for one match for Jamaica. The 80s man them now make that for a season. That's the reality. The way how man can get rich out of cricket now. You play 1 year of international cricket and you're rich. If them did have to play 10 or 15 years, so you have them kind of money. And the money are the thing, brother.
All right.
Yeah.
Zidane.
Mm-hmm.
I chew up a little back for the man them where put them like a 2 cent on basketball. You know me not Zidane, but I'm going to mention real still. After 3 clock tower.
Mm-hmm.
They always discuss basketball and I'll give me to NFL shot more time. But you may miss up on your numbers still, I really have it again.
Yeah.
From New York, I give up 2 points to OKC. At them home. It tell us something. It tell Bookie. I tell us.
Remember, New York is playing Indiana, do you know?
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Indian. From Bookie, I give up 2 points to Indiana. Where New York is concerned.
So Indiana is a 2-point favorite tonight.
Yeah, 2 points favorite.
Okay.
So it is telling you that when the margin is so close.
Yes.
It is telling you that New York is going to win again tonight.
Well, I had New York from the get-go, but let's see.
Yesterday, Minnesota give OKC give 3 points to Minnesota.
Mm-hmm.
You know the game finished.
Oklahoma won by 2.
Won by 2, so it was right in the margin.
Mm-hmm. Correct.
So some when some people is trying to purchase a bet, they need to pay attention to the bookie spread. It is very, very important to hold your wager. So
yes,
I'm just trying it out here to world.
Well, if New York wins tonight, my boss, me have them winning 3 straight.
Yeah.
If all the momentum swing, the pressure, all of that, no, and Indiana embarrassingly being 2-0 up, having 1-2 on the road. So let's see. But it's going to be an interesting, exciting, and crucial game tonight. Hopefully, Jalen Brunson can stop turning over the ball.
Definitely.
Because me like New York. Me like the New York team.
Definitely.
Yeah, man.
Tonight, I'm winning tonight. I'm going to try to call back tomorrow and confirm it.
All right. What your name again?
Just call me Dave.
Dave.
Is a diehard Liverpool fan.
All right, Dave. Yeah, man. Big up.
All right, cool.
All right, Dave. Big up.
Yes, cool.
All right, so we're running close to the end of the show. 2-2 still after what? 80 minutes. After being 2-0 up. What I may tell you. We stay a star. We go back online. Hello. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Finally get through. Rooney this one.
Oh, good afternoon.
Rooney.
Zidane.
Yes.
Big up on yourself.
Big up.
Zidane.
Let me ask you, you're really and truly serious when you compare the basketball players back then to now? Or rally at your rally people?
Me? It's not me alone do this sort of thing. The comparisons are on all over television and all over social media. What do you mean you try to rile up people?
So it's the comparison all over social media and on television.
Yeah.
And you listen to them people and say, yo.
No, I don't listen.
I
don't listen to anybody, my boss. What I'm saying is not.
But you agree with them when them talking.
No. I don't agree. I don't agree with people, my boss. I just give my own views. Yeah. I think about it, look at it, and give my own views. I'm not looking to.
So you agree with them when I say it then?
No, the persons are on my side of the argument who think that generally the players now are better than generally players from the 90s. That is easy. It's not a special. I'm not saying anything special when I say that. It's clear once you follow the game, you know it. Yeah, man. When you look at, I go and use Reggie Miller as the example again. Reggie Miller was good enough to be the superstar of a team that was competing for championship. He would not be on any such team now, my boss. He would not be the best player on any competing team that competing seriously for a championship. He's not that good.
You see, this is where really can't challenge you because when I really watch enough basketball now,
great.
To talk about certain things. But the little that I watch, right, Zidane? The little that I watch, I'm gonna look on the players them back then and the one them now. When I think it's even close, you understand? What I find out is yes, the league changed, you understand? And it's more for shooters now, it's more for scoring points and everything like that, you understand me?
So the game was always about scoring.
Huh?
The game was always about scoring, you know, and I hear this argument, but you weren't required to do. All the players that played then as superstars were required to score. They were required to dribble past people and pull up and score. And when they wide up, they expected to shoot and score as well. Not much has changed.
The rules has changed.
Not much has changed, boss. It's an excuse and fine for the man them being more skillful.
The rules have changed, and it's a benefit the scorer.
It's not all that significant.
Back then. Huh?
No, man. Some rules help the players back then, you know, because you have zone defense. You have the 3-second rule now, which wasn't in effect when Michael Jordan used to play for the most part, the boss. Yeah. So there are things that he used to help Michael Jordan back then.
What I realize is you have more people have more skill sets now than back then.
Yes.
You understand me? You can have a man who is 7 foot and carry up the ball, him a rebound, him all of them.
The very same people who say you can't.
A big man back then wasn't required to do all of that. Now everybody has to do it.
But what I'm saying to you, my boss, let me show you how.
Everybody has to score. Radman never get picked for score a single.
No, but you have these type. You still have those type of players now, you know, like Gobert.
No, not.
No, man, I'm saying Draymond Green is similar to Dennis Rodman in his role, but I'm saying, but
yeah, so you have a one man. Because
it's not a one man. But you say you don't watch the league, so stop it, no ruining, man. You just admit that you don't watch your basketball. I'm saying you still have those type of players now. I'm going to give you an example. Draymond Green is similar to Rodman, but Draymond Green is better. He's the better version of what Rodman used to give you. Because he was able to see what Rodman did and developed on it, my boss. I just saw it go, brother. The same way when Michael Jordan came along.
So you're saying you have players now who see the top man them in them days, in them position and develop on that.
Yes.
You understand me? And then say, yo, Rodman never usually scores, so I'm going to be able to score while defense.
Yes, so the man can defend. Exactly.
Okay.
Yes.
So that is why you believe the league is.
It's not believe. We're not talking about the league, my boss. We're not talking about the league. We say the players them better basketball.
Oh, you say the players them better.
Yes, the same way you saw Michael Jordan. The same way you saw Michael Jordan in the 90s and realized that what Michael Jordan was doing, you never see it in your life. If you say Michael Jordan better than everybody I've ever seen, you were comparing Michael Jordan in the 90s to people from the 60s and the 70s and the 80s, and you thought he was better. So you all do it and that, but we can't compare.
You know, honestly, I wasn't comparing Michael Jordan to people.
No, I'm saying when you say Michael Jordan is greatest of all time, you think he's better than everybody else who came before him. So you compare across the rest. So the hypocrite this morning, stick Michael Jordan is good. You compare Michael Jordan with others.
It's a tell us when me see Michael Jordan is the be all and end all for me.
Exactly. So you think him better than everybody else before him.
Pardon me?
You think Michael Jordan is better than everybody else who came before him.
Well, when I said quote, yeah, well, all right.
There you go. So you compare here, but what you all don't want like is when we compare people with your goat now. When you find it up, don't compare cross eras. Nice try.
No, me not go back with a bad one compare.
All right, there you go. Hold the line only, because there was something else. We'll take a break. We're coming back.
ready for something mega? Spend $6,500 or more before GCT. Drop your entry in the box and you can win a 2025 Hyundai Tucson. It's the Mega Wheels 2 promotion. April 5th to September 28th. Second prize, a $50,000 shopping spree every month for a year. Third prize, a $30,000 shopping spree every month for a year. Brought to you by Hyundai, Redstone, Heineken, True Milk, Drinks, Walker's Wood, Downing, CPJ Daiquiri, and Carryburst Juice Concentrate. Only at Megamart. Locations island-wide. Megamart. Best value by far. Authorized under Section 58.3 of the Betting, Gaming, and Lotteries Act.
It's now time for Sports in a Minute, sponsored by Edgechem, Western Sports, Megamart, Spectrum Insurance Brokers, D'Angelo Auto Spares and Accessories Limited, and Fosrich.
Lamine Yamal has signed a new 6-year Barcelona contract following a breakout season, which will help the Catalan club win the domestic treble. The 17-year-old Spain winger's existing deal was set to expire at the end of the 2025-26 season, but his new contract keeps him with Barcelona until 2031. Yamal, who made his Barcelona debut at the age of 15 in 2023, scored 18 goals and made 25 assists in 55 appearances as Barcelona won La Liga, Copa del Rey, Spanish Super Cup in Hans Flick's first season as manager. Hans Flick's first season as manager. And that's your Sports in a Minute.
Sports in a Minute was sponsored by Edgechem, changing lives 1 gallon at a time. Western Sports, the sports people. Megamart, best value by far. Spectrum Insurance Brokers, setting the industry standard. D'Angelo Auto Spares and Accessories Limited at 20 Balmoral Avenue, Kingston 10, and shop number 10, 1A Chapelton Road. Call 876-929-9146. And Fosrich.
Listen up, Jamaica. At Fosrich, everybody's getting a solar water heater. $20,000 deposit. 6 months to pay. What a deal. Fosrich Financing.
Something good. Hey, join me, Jermaine Morgan, popular known as Brother Frisco, on Omega Radio Thursdays and Fridays from 5 p.m. through to 9 inside the Praise the Lord show, and Saturdays and Sunday morning from 6 a.m. through to 10 a.m. inside the Kingdom Lifestyle Radio show. Tune in and be blessed. You can't afford to miss this show with Brother Frisco on your radio. What you gotta do?
You're listening to Jamaica's first and number one daytime sports calling show, The Sports Desk.
Yes, Ronnie, back with you for your final minute.
Yeah, my boss. I'm gonna leave you with this thing and read basketball. I'm gonna give you a cricket terminology. Understand me? Not because draw route, a reverse sweep, and a dill scoop, and a lap sweep, and a test cricket mean him better than Brian Lara. You understand?
I'm gonna think Joe better than Brian. I'm gonna think Joe better than Brian.
No, but him have more skills to him game.
I don't
more skills.
I don't know.
Game, you understand?
Where him can do that Brian Lara can do.
Lap scoop, reverse sweep in a test cricket.
Then Brian Lara can reverse sweep. Brian Lara can.
And I'm no Brian Lara was just left no boss.
No, you're saying Brian Lara could not
do it meaning better. You understand me?
So you're saying
that's a Draymond Green did this and that, and everybody do it.
Well, that was the worst example.
Dennis Rodman never need to improve his game to the other.
Yeah, not a great example. Because Brian Lara was a special guy, my boss. So he's a poor example.
Dennis Rodman was a special guy, my boss.
Yeah, but
Dennis Rodman are probably.
But Green is better.
Defending.
Yeah, but I agree.
Rebounding.
No, but I agree with you. What I'm saying.
You said Draymond. Wait now.
I'm saying overall as a basketball player, Draymond Green is a sub.
Dennis Rodman never need a scoring team.
What do you mean he never need? Him couldn't do it.
He never needed to do that. He never needed.
No, it's not a matter of. But Draymond Green is not asked to score.
That's all I'm saying.
But I'm saying to you, Rooney, you're all over the place, boss. I'm saying to you, Draymond Green is not asked.
No. You say what you say. I mean,
yeah, but I'm saying to you, Draymond Green is not asked.
Ending with this, not because Draymond Green can score more, mean it's better at basketball playing.
No, but he does everything overall better. It's not one thing. Well, Rooney, you're difficult to talk.
Dennis Rodman did not. Huh?
You're difficult to reason with me.
Anyway,
it's very hard.
Me just leave you with that. That's all I leave you with. You understand me? I mean, radio land.
But remember, you admit that you don't watch the basketball, so I don't know why you're arguing with me.
But I'm saying I'm comparing Draymond Green to Dennis Rodman.
But you're saying you watch. Who's the better passer? Who's the better passer?
we'll leave you with that so you get more ask Orville a question.
All right, go ahead.
You understand? Because Orville said something about cricket and out swing bowling and him know say yo Jaden Fields will be this good, you understand? Because him team bowling out swinger. Why you believe say bowling an out swinger is a special ball, my boss?
Then they're not special ball.
Everybody who get the new ball out swinger, my boss.
No
so
man, they don't bowl it. They don't bowl it as often and at will like some other people.
Orville, everybody who get the new, if you give Zidane the new ball now and him running and ball, it's going to be a out swinger. 9 out of 10 bowlers do it.
I'm saying some do it more. Some do it more consistently than some.
Just listen to what me I say now. And Zidane,
it's a harder ball to bowl than the in swing.
If Zidane the new ball and him running and let it go, it is going to out swing to the right hand. So we make it
which is easier. Which is easier. Which is easier, the out swing or the in swing?
To do what with?
For the fast bowler, right hand fast bowler to right hand.
Listen to what me say now, man. If you give anybody a right hand the new, brand new ball, it is going to be 9 out of 10 or probably 7 out of 10.
All right, I hear you.
Be an out swing.
I hear you.
New ball.
I hear you. But which is easier, to in swing the ball or out swing the ball?
That's not you're me saying. I'm saying to him from if I give 10 people a new brand ball for running and bowl to a right hand back bowler to right 7 out of the 10 of them is going to out swing.
So you're saying it's easier to out swing the ball than to in swing the ball?
It is naturally just happen. I don't know what make it happen, but it happen.
No. You're not. Why you're not answering that basic question then? Which is easier?
Ask me. When me I say me no know.
Which is
you understand me?
Which is more likely? So you're saying it's more. Hold on,
what is more likely is for the ball to out swing a right hand bowler to a right hand bat to a new ball.
Now that me get you for comment. Now that me get you for comment. That is rubbish. Can be more natural to swing the ball away from the right hand.
What is rubbish?
That it is natural for the right hand bowler to swing the ball away from the right hand.
Listen to the words that are coming out of my mouth. If you give
as a cricket neophyte, let me ask both of you. Wasn't that determined by where, if it's over the wicket or?
No man, if
just
from
give the right
from round the wicket.
Right on the batsman over the wicket.
Hold on, give me a chance.
New ball.
As usual, from round the wicket, you don't have to swing away the ball. The natural angle is going to go across. Yeah. But from over the wicket now, because the angle is into the batsman, it have to leave him. It have to pitch and go so.
Sounds sensible to me.
And that is a harder art than for swinging the ball.
All I'm saying, if me give you the new ball, you are going to do that.
You're going to do what?
10 times.
He's going to swing away the ball more than duck in the ball.
You are going to swing away the cricket ball. The new
more
ball,
naturally than to swing it in. Rubbish.
So, all right. Orville, let me ask you a question. Simple. Sorry, I take so long, people. Orville, if you want wickets and you are ball to a neophyte, what would you do? Bowler in swinger or
Rooney, honestly.
Then if you swing away the ball, then that mean you want bowl?
Rooney, the explanation sounds logical from Orville, man. You're wrong, my boss. That's why I'm asking. No, man, you're right. Even me as a neophyte know that, Rooney, man. Come on, do better.
Know what?
The man has for shape of the ball for go sleep. Natural to fast ball, man, for duck back in the ball.
If you give people a new ball, that is what happened.
Rooney, you're wrong.
Why?
Like we leave it as a Rooney. You're wrong though.
Tell me how I'm wrong.
Because it is not true. The natural angles of bowling, boss, don't support your point. Cricket is an angles game. If me I come from over the wicket, right hand to right hand batsman, it must harder for the ball leave the right hand than for continue.
So
as an
if
in-swing,
you give,
and
this is what I ask you, and that is what I said, what I'm saying now, if you have 10 bowlers, 10 of them, and you give them a brand spanking new ball, 7 out of the 10.
Where you get them numbers? Where you get them numbers? Where you get them?
That's special.
Where you get them numbers there from? Me just hear you call numbers. Where you get from the 7 bowler outswing ball?
What you use to determine that?
That's the logic.
Bowler outswing, it is that mean it's
that's
special.
the logics of cricket, Rooney. If you're bowling from that's the logic of the angles of cricket. If you're bowling from over the wicket, it's harder to get the ball to leave the right hander than to come into the right hander. And natural something that man. And if you're bowling from round the wicket, straight angles are going to carry gas.
Are we talking about the new ball? Or are we talking about the old
any ball at all, my boss? At the same angles run cricket, my boss. But I will leave it.
Sorry, probably. Sorry, me take so long for the radio. I'm going to go on the time. I'm going to deal with it now.
Yeah, man. Right. We scored a penalty. So we are 3-2 up now.
Another penalty won by Cephas. That blistering pace of Cephas is a problem.
Yeah, it hurt people. It hurt them for real. Is him take it?
No, it was King who took the penalty. But King is really an expert penalty taker from school days.
All right. We take the final break, man. We'll take the break.
Yeah.
We take the final break. After we come back for more.
We may be all over the world, but we're still in this together. Feel, make it easy for you get your money. So if you have to get a thing from your brother or mommy, hey, it's a not Insta, it's a MoneyGram. Zoom, Ria, check your phone, your money land. VMBS money transfer. CFA faster, easier. Sign up for VMBS direct to bank account transfer today. No matter step out, behind the line, straight in your account, money reach long time. VMBS money transfer.
Greetings to you listeners. This is Reverend Ryan A. Gordon, Senior Pastor of the Broken Vessels Healing and Deliverance Ministries, located at 120 Main Street, Pineapple, Ocheria, St. Anne, Jamaica, West Indies. Join me every Sunday morning at 8:30 a.m. inside the Kingdom Lifestyle Radio Show with Brother Frisco. Join me for a word in time. You cannot afford to miss this powerful word every Sunday morning on this station.
It's all right.
You're listening to Jamaica's first and #1 daytime sports calling show, The Sports Desk.
All right. That is a victory for Jamaica. We just beat Trinidad by 3-2. I had some little nervous moments right there. Nigeria and Ghana will play the next game. And is it the winner of the two games that meet?
Yes, so the winner of the tomorrow's game will face them in the final.
Yeah, Nigeria and Ghana. All right, we go back online, Astar, and we say greetings and welcome. Hello?
Good afternoon.
Yeah.
Good afternoon.
Yes, Orville, Zidane.
Good afternoon, Victor.
Yeah, man. So, Orville, I just wanted to pick your brain on what you thought about the debate. I didn't get a chance to listen to everything today, but what is your general feedback on the last debate between Preacher and G-Star?
I listened to this morning in its entirety, and I agree with the people who said Preacher had the better of the debate. But it was closer than some people were making it out. The first part of the debate was close, but Preacher had the knack of counteracting G-Star's points better than G-Star counteracted his points, and I think that was the difference.
Yeah,
and that question to G-Star didn't help his case when he said it was close between whose mistake would cost his team more.
Yeah.
That as everybody was saying, so I mean, I said nothing new. It was a fatal admission, boss.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I too would have given it a Preacher.
I would call on Preacher to reconsider his
resignation.
Yeah, man. He's too valuable, man.
Yeah,
I don't understand why Preacher would have make G-Star tell him for not debate. Why would that be?
I guess it's a big drop mic situation for Preacher, because he really did drop the mic on G-Star. But I've enjoyed, especially the last two debates involving Preacher. I think he's a master debater.
Yeah,
his information is just spot on. He delivers it excellently, and the way he uses stats, boy, it's almost magical,
Mm-hmm.
And then he's down to earth and so forth. I really enjoy a good debate, as you know, and I just want to. G-Star can stay, but Preacher, no, don't quit the thing, man.
One of the mistakes that G-Star made in the debate and continues to make is that this debate is about finding out the truth.
Yeah.
I don't understand why G-Star don't get that debates are never about truths. You can use truths to validate whatever opinion the mood is about.
But who came up with the mood?
Him, G-Star. I mean, we knew what the mood would be, but he fine-tuned it.
Yes, but if you came up with the mood or you know you had some input in what the mood would be, it sounds like you know if you're to complain about the mood
No.
retroactively,
In fairness, he was not complaining about
it sounds like complaining to
it.
me.
No, he was saying that preacher dodged the question that did allude to the mood or something like that. But he wasn't complaining about the wording of it.
Yeah.
And at one point, preacher said that his question was irrelevant, and he felt that it was relevant based on the mood. But he was not really complaining about it.
Yeah. Finally, I guess you were watching the game. How the Reggae boys look?
Well, we did after half an hour, I think about 8 them and I go get, but we concede two softish goals, and then Cephas and in pace get another penalty, and we manage to squeak up 3-2. So I'd say that the first half an hour were very, very impressive. But I wouldn't the second half we never looked at that.
Okay. All right. Yeah. All right, thanks a lot, gents.
Yeah, man.
Have a good day.
Cool. Always stay home. Always stay home, my boss. All right. So we have 10 minutes, people. You can give us a link. Let me see the WhatsApp things, you know. Here we go. Let it go.
Text message.
It's now time for text messages on the sports desk.
Good evening, Zidane and Orville. Great program. I think Rooney is right. The natural movement of the ball is to go out. Remember, the angle is different from the swing. The natural movement of the ball can be figured out, people. If you are bowl from over the wicket, which is where most fast bowlers operate from, you are operating at an angle. You know. Remember, you're not bowl from behind the stump. You know. So you're already 2-3 feet outside of the stump. So the natural thing is the ball go in.
Yeah, man.
For the ball touchdown and go in. That's the most harder thing, man. Now, if you're bowling from round the wicket, the natural angler does carry on towards slip. So no, my boss. You're wrong, Panawana. Dennis Rodman averaged 15 points per game playing for the Pistons. All right, for what that's worth, that means that suppose this person wants to make the point that he could actually score. NBA, these playoff fourth quarters are so exciting. The best quarter. This is Fuzzy. Fuzzy, way you said the fourth quarter, the best quarter. Can tell you that's usually the most exciting
for sure.
I don't know about the best one.
Edge of the seat stuff was in the fourth quarter.
Yeah. An unusual amount of games in this. I don't know about unusual, but quite a lot of the games in this playoffs are determined by 5, 6 or less points. It's amazing. All who go on Jamaican ball, them just want good. All who go on Jamaican, them just want good to apply them trade locally. Because right now the man them no look no much different from the EPL we watch on weekend. All who go on Jamaican ball, them just want good feel. Oh. All who go on Jamaican ball, them just want good feel to apply their trade locally. Because right now, the man them no look no much different from the EPL players that we watch. So this caller is saying, if you give the man a good feel, them can look just like the EPL man. Not sure, but that's the point he's making. G-Star is a very good caller. He just need to know that court and debate is more about who can prove their point. Yeah. So that is a man advice to G-Star. G-Star, you have a friend who say, or a fan who says you're a good caller, but court and debate is more about who can prove their point. So apparently G-Star, according to this caller, is not proving a point. I don't know about proving. Well, I suppose part of that comes in it as well. Oh, we stay now. All right, we go back online. Hello.
My time?
Yeah, Bull.
Big up, man. Them.
Yes.
All right. So the text a while ago, it's like the pitch make a difference.
The pitch?
Yeah, man, it does.
The field make a difference. One of the big things that the field makes is the speed of play. So once you get a pitch that is the ball that come onto your foot and you can move the ball and you can trust the surface in terms of having your head up majority of the time, see the game. So as a player, especially midfielders, Rodri and all them man, when them playing on them lush grasses and them thing, them can mind you, they're technically better than our boys. Yeah?
Yeah, remember example of Javi was livid here to play an international game in a country and a poor pitch, and the man was basically saying this is cruelty.
Yes, man.
Yeah,
and if you want, and also when the top tier English teams go down to when they play in the FA Cup, majority of the giant killings that they call them, the big team them get slapped in at the FA Cup. It happens away at the non-league venues when you know that the pitch muddy.
Yes.
And it's a slugfest.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? So them used to trusting the bounce and them kind of thing. Them can't trust it when them go down. So them the speed of play somewhere, they feel itself. Africa. But not a lot of Jamaican players was on the field today though. In Jamaica, in terms of players that are playing in Jamaica, I think King was the only one. So it was King and then Green.
And then the keeper.
And the keeper as well. We're talking about outfielders though. So
okay.
King and then Daniel Green came on in the latter stages.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, me that sharp me night to beat this coach or the stick to beat this coach as Zidane. See the man send on Greg Lee. Go play left wing.
Yeah.
In the last part of the game.
Was it left wing or midfield?
Left wing.
A left wing. Oh.
So it's like it might look to shut down the game and go to penalties. I say take this to Trinidad team and beat them up still. But
or maybe they didn't. It's understandable, man. It got late. You don't want to lose from there, so you take the extra time. Yeah.
I think that when you are the better team, you know.
We never look like the better team in the second half, though.
Well, in the second half, Trinidad man, they might move the ball.
Yeah, man, they might move the ball better and play more intensity and more force.
The ball a lot better than us.
Yeah.
But majority of them goals them still, unfortunate.
Yeah, man, it's not really like them cut us apart still.
Never cut we apart.
But we never sharp on the rebound, you know?
Yeah, but in the first half, we cut them apart.
Yeah, man, numerous times. If we were sharp in front of goal, we back them up. The game done from first half.
The game done from 4-0 first half. But it says a lot about the team.
Oh, Ravel look in the limited time he was on for you.
Why Ravel look like him lacking, brother?
Yeah, man, him not look sharp.
I say a man box a bar down to the flank team and the man look like me. I try to run on a bar.
Yeah.
Him lacking. But you know, like Ravel a ball. But if you're not playing football, and you can see with Dixon as well. If you're not playing regularly,
yeah, man, it will affect you, man. You're not going up to the pace.
You're not going up to the pace, especially now where football now is all about physical side and athleticism, where most of these players have. You can't keep up with them
because you can't replicate what happens in the real game in training,
In training,
yeah, man. Yeah, no. So when you are train and not in the football, when you come to the game, the man play, understand the pace of games, and you're not going to operate at that pace. Yeah.
And just to give, for example, majority of times when the big teams go on preseason tours, sometimes they get some shock results because they are not as fit as some, especially when they go to America and go play against like the good American team. Sometimes the American team will give them on 2-1 because they're not as sharp as the teams in the MLS where they're in season when preseason is for England. So the sharpness that you're talking about comes into there.
Mm-hmm.
All right, second thing I want to talk about. G-Star. Say it yesterday. Load this thing, brother.
No, well, in fact, G-Star, not say nothing today, People,
not nothing today?
No, people are coming.
But I'm seeing G-Star saying has he retired from calling?
From calling
or that's rumors?
I'll preach him about him retired from debate and retired from taking on callers. Rubbish.
No, man, he never said him.
He said that he will not be taking on any debating and he won't be taking on any clashes. Meaning,
then that don't mean him not take on a caller's point, but him not gonna do it at the same time.
I think it cause so much problems.
Hey, we tell you this. You see the money that get paid for this Orville. Remember, me tell you more serious than
yes. You can imagine if I 100,000 you're gonna win if you win the debate.
Hey, the money
we couldn't come and work.
The man take it more serious now. Yeah,
the man told me that the embarrassed to preside over such a poor democracy.
The callers them take it more serious than you guys, believe me.
Yes,
and that's why we not have them more. That's why we not. But you take it serious too, You take it just as serious. Yeah, that's why you're not debating. Can I have you in a debate next week?
Depends on what. You may just jump up and debate, so.
You know why?
Why?
Because you take it very seriously.
No, because what if you're going to tell me you want to debate rugby? We don't know rugby.
No. I'm sure there's a mood out there that I could find somebody to debate you on, but you haven't debated. You are prepared to take on people argument in the normal cut and trust of things, But you are not debating. Why? But what? And you have not debated for 6 months, 8 months, how long?
I don't know how long. How long CC beat me? 2 years ago? No, after CC I debated, well, not debate, but face off with.
That is the point. The fact that we haven't had more debates by the name brand callers.
You know how
it's because I don't take it serious.
Let me explain something to you.
Yeah.
The way the best debates you've had is when you have two callers going at it over and over and over and over, calling day after day after day after day. Like when me and CC with Jamie Vardy and Hurricane, like me and Physio with Hurricane and Salah.
Well, you like the build up first.
If you just pull a debate and say, "Bull, come debate."
No. I'm not asking to pull a debate, but there are enough issues where where two people disagree on. Now I agree. They want them to disagree for long. All that mean, is that they were more keenly anticipated. But if me say John Brown and you say Tom Stroke,
if someone grant something for long, I say, all right then,
make us settle it
and settle it. I have no problem.
All right, cool. All right.
You understand my point?
Yeah,
I hear you.
But
I don't think you're one of those. I don't think you're one of those who afraid. Me know some others were afraid for true, but I don't think you're one.
What me go afraid?
Yeah, me not think so. You know some others do.
What is it to be afraid of?
Yeah.
It's
afraid to lose.
Afraid to lose?
Yeah. Cause remember when you lose, you never go on like OG Star go on, but you were complaining after as well.
When I lost, I said that you need to put in something where you can correct people. Didn't you do that in the following debate?
Where I can correct people?
Yes.
What do you mean?
The debaters.
Debaters can bring in point of information.
No, we never have that. We did have that in that debate we just gone.
There was nothing to be corrected there.
No, man, but listen.
Hold on. Don't do that.
The program done, you know.
Okay.
Yeah, so me I say you did one bring in some rules whenever exists.
And they were. And they came in. So
they were?
Live. Of course they did.
Yeah, we had the point of information for quite some time, but we cut it out after a while.
Oh.
Yes.
All right, I hate that.
Yeah,
we have to leave it right.
Don't do that. All
right, big up, Bull. All right, that is it, people. Thanks to everybody who took the time out to listen to us today. We appreciate it. And appreciate the callers as well, more than anything else. The show can't go on without you. Big up. Oh, by the way, let me just remind you again, people, the 28th of June, Cardwell Football Field in Duhaney Park, smack in the middle of Duhaney Park. Primary school, top of the primary school road. Come for the football, come for the drinks, come for the food. All will be on sale. So I know majority of listeners not going to complain of football, so you can come still and support the bar. And food and soup would be there on sale as well. And if you have a team, if you're a big elder, you're in a community and you have a local team, you can carry them. 15,000 for the entry fee. Winning team walks away with 300,000 Jamaican dollars. Big money to give away on the day. All right. Join us tomorrow. Same place, same time, all over again. Until then, have yourselves a wonderful evening.